I'd suck heaps of dicks for $20 million.
But no one cares about your saggy tits and your fucking.
Is your name?
box.
I want to beat her to death with her dead fetus.
We're not saying anything wrong. We're just saying that teachers fucking boys is hot.
Come in my ass.
We're not endorsing kid porn. We're just giving you an avenue to do it.
Always down.
I hate when they call us the pommies. You guys are the fucking prisoners. You're fucking rapists with a tan.
How can you watch this through with like just laugh? Is that actually period blood?
Yes.
That's a lot. You'd have to like.
Did you have an abortion or some shit? Like, what the fuck?
No, should I suck dick now? Should I take it up the ass?
Only white privilege I believe in is white woman privilege.
Yeah.
White male privilege doesn't exist. They work for their shit. They work for their shit.
I'm fucking leaving. You guys are sickos.
Don't be that misogynist.
You know who you're talking to here.
Listen here, bitch. Faggots, whores, penis. Come in your ass. Come in your mum's ass. Come in your dad's mouth.
Nothing beats a bottle of red wine and a fucking solid wank.
We're allowed to be hypocrites. That's the whole thing about this. We are all hypocrites. Look at the cocks on that thing.
Look at the fucking tits on that tranny in the top left of the VPN. That gets my dick so fucking hard.
Yeah,
every time.
That gets my fucking.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but the table's just like this is like, yeah. It's doing cock push-ups though.
Come in my ass.
Come in someone's ass.
Already.
Hi.
That's another soundbite. I've already got you saying that twice on the fucking podcast.
I know.
He hasn't said it enough, I think.
Come in my ass.
Come in my ass. Hi, episode Who Cares?
Episode Come in my ass.
3. I'm now going to have to call it Come in my ass.
Yeah. Episode.
Because we've all said it.
Yeah. Come in my ass.
So when he's going to come in our asses? We're faggots.
We were thinking about getting a guest on to come in all our asses.
Yeah.
If you can, comment below.
We're actually gay now.
Well, no, I'm still straight. But I just want a dude to come in my ass, no homo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like a bucket list thing, right?
Yeah, a fuck it
yeah,
list.
like you want to get a whole bucket of cum into your ass. Like a bucket load.
Yeah, but I don't want people to come into a bucket and then like funnel it in. I want them to use their dicks exclusively to get a bucket loads worth of cum in my ass.
Imagine if you'd never heard this podcast
That's what I
before.
want.
Imagine if you never heard this, and then like someone's like, "Oh, No Man's Land. Let's watch this. Come in my ass, fucking yeah."
Literally
Wow.
to asking people to pour bucket loads of cum into our ass.
If you're a first time listener, the address is
and you're gay.
Why are you
just,
gay?
Wait, get them to come in your ass a whole bucket load and then be like, why are you such a faggot, man? I can't believe you fuck me in the ass. But you get and you're like, no, dude, you're the faggot. Just gaslight them.
Yeah. But that's the thing, I am pretty good at giving an anal wristy, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Look at
make
me
a-
over here pretending to act surprised, like,
I'm
oh,
gonna be able to make
really?
a whole new intro out of just this first fucking 2 minutes.
Is your ass a wrist, Drew?
Could be.
He's got that flick on his ass like it's a wrist. It's got a hinge.
Or are you like one of those porn things that you fuck and they're like you know, like the feet with the like vagina in it or the arsehole? You just got like arseholes all over your body. So like wherever you want to fuck him, you just pick a hole. I want to fuck you in the neck and just right below the Adam's apple is an arsehole. You can just fuck him in the neck.
That's fucking
Enough people would have had to have called in or sent emails to that company and say, look, I really like feet. Can you put a vagina on it?
But what?
And they'd be like, we keep getting this. People asking us to do this.
Wouldn't you just buy 2 of the feet and hold them together on your dick and then just like
Oh, that's what people
jack
like.
them up and down?
What if you
with feet, right?
Well, then why would you put a pussy on? It just doesn't make.
But they must have been.
why don't you
It's
just
not
make
like
the
they
toes-
thought about doing it.
But why don't you just make the toes really long so you can like wrap them around your cock and then just fuck in between like the big toe and then the next one?
Or make the toes huge and have pussies in each toe as well, so you can just fuck the toes.
Or it's a giant from fucking what's the
Helga.
No,
Call
the
it Helga.
James and the Giant Peach. Is that the one? It's just the giant from that.
James, what about this sequel?
Is that a foot
James's
fetish
Giant
or-
Peach? And it's just the dude with a
It's
fucking
a big
pussy.
peach with a pussy in it.
It's a guy with a pussy. Yeah, what's this?
Wait, if fruit had pussies in them, would you fuck them?
Some
peaches-
fruit looks like it does have pussy.
Yeah, peach.
Dude, $1
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
fleshlight. $1 a
What
kilo
about
for
kiwi
carrots,
fruit?
isn't it?
Kiwi fruit looks like
Well,
a vagina
Kiwi
when you
fruit.
open them up.
How do you eat kiwi fruits? Like this?
vagina.
What about star fruit? Looks like an asshole. If you
Yeah,
cut
it
it in
does.
half.
Yeah.
It does. It's true.
And then you got the Duran smells like an asshole when you cut
Oh,
that.
durian.
Yeah.
Durian, is it? Yeah.
Durian. They wouldn't let me fucking take it into like my apartment when I was in somewhere. Can't remember. Somewhere in Thailand. They got a big sign on the door. It's got like no firearms, no smoking, and then no durian.
durians. Yeah.
So it's on the same level as guns and smoking.
Yeah, it's because they're sick of all these white boys going over there and fucking
Yeah.
them. And it's like, I heard your durians have pussies on them. And then they come in with like a fucking 2 kilo bag. You know, like, we're sick of picking up these fruit
Yeah.
filled with cum. They already taste horrible.
Yeah.
It's because
Oh, they
some
don't taste
little
that bad.
poor, some little poor consuela came in and she's like, housekeeping. And then she thought she'd hit
Yeah.
the fucking jackpot because there's durians everywhere. Took them home, fed them to her kids. They're all gay now because they all ate cum.
Come
They're
will
all
make
gay
it taste
now.
a little bit better.
You
I
reckon?
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that's the gayest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the theme of this fucking episode so far.
Yeah.
Just
No,
cum.
durian
Just call it cum.
Durian tastes all right. I don't think it tastes that bad.
It's yum.
It's weird though.
Oh,
It's
you
like-
say after you said that cum covered durian's better. So you're like, cum's not that bad. The,
Oh, I don't know,
cum's
never
pretty.
tried.
Oh, wait, guys,
A mate of
it's
mine
pretty
fucking
tasty.
did it. He told us about
Is
it as
durian
well. He's a
food?
fucking dirty cunt.
Well, he eats his own cum.
He's eating his own cunt.
Ugh.
Does that change
Yuck.
the taste of your cum? You know, everyone's like,
Durian?
reckons pineapple changes the taste of your cum. They're like, if a chick's come around, eat pineapple. First of all, no, because they deserve the worst tasting cum.
Yeah, well, like asparagus.
But,
Just eat asparagus instead.
Just
Make
eat
it
Reddies,
taste like
bro.
shit.
Eat Reddies, I'm telling you. Worst cum ever. Worst smell.
Yeah,
Nah,
you just cum oil,
I know this
gutter
simp.
oil.
One of the drummer for Surroundings, like the OG drummer for Surroundings, was telling me that like his missus would blow him and he'd blow a load in her mouth and he'd like make out with her while the
Oh,
cum's
yeah.
still
Oh,
in her
you
mouth.
told me that's
And I was just
fucked,
like,
bro.
you're a simp, eh? Like, that's disgusting. And he's just like, oh, you know, in the heat of the moment. And I was just like, oh, in the heat of the
No.
moment, you're going to eat a dude's ass? Like, bro, you can have like hard boundaries on things. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucking right.
Yeah.
man.
Like, most
Do
chicks
you
don't
pick
even
your
like.
ass and eat your own shit? Like, is that like what the fuck are
I'd
we
want
doing
a lot
here?
of money to fucking do that.
Most
just wouldn't
chicks
do it.
don't like
Fuck your money.
swallowing cum. It's like, you know,
Swallowing?
they'll do it because they have to.
Well,
I don't know.
she's
No,
like,
I
I'm
don't
not
know
going to
about
swallow
that.
this, and he's just like, I got you, fam. And he just like licks it out of her mouth. He's like,
Yeah,
yum.
I
and then
think
he-
a lot of girls
And
do
then he
like
just ends
it.
up going like, he's like fucking, and he's like, actually, he just pushes her off the bed. He's like, fuck off, bitch. He goes, just comes in his own mouth.
I reckon a lot of girls
You
do
would-
like it. I don't know if they like swallowing, but I reckon a lot of girls do. I had a missus that
let's
fucking
stop
used
using
to,
the term girls and use the right term.
Whores.
Whores. Yeah, a lot of
Well,
whores
I had
like
a
it.
missus that loves sucking cock, and like I'll be asleep and she would do it.
Yeah, but swallowing
That's
cum.
rape.
Yeah, fair
Pretty
You
enough.
much,
should, you
yeah.
should take her for everything she's
I
worth,
should, yeah.
which is
Swallowing
probably fuck
cum.
all. But yeah,
It's a different story than actually sucking cock.
Yeah. But usually, like chicks will say, "Don't fucking come in my mouth." If they're giving you a head job, they say, "Don't do it." So you're like, "All right, I won't."
Yeah,
And then you do it anyway because you're an asshole.
then you do it anyway to prove a point. I'm in charge. They go to back off. You just grab their fucking
Good
head.
for the skin.
You
Yeah, that's
think
what
that
that chick. I told you that story only about that fucking girl that made me. She wanted me to come on her face, and so I did. And then she started rubbing it in her face, which was weird. And then she left it on, and I'm supposed to sit next to her, fucking talking shit. You know, after I banged her, I'm like, I'm gonna go home. I don't want to sit here with this shit. She's like, it's good for your complexion. I'm like, I don't care.
Do you?
You're like, then why are you hell
that's just-
ugly? Why do you look like shit?
That's
Oh, I
what
need to come on your
Raquel-
face more.
Raquel literally just
Yeah, I know. She
said.
said good for the skin.
Is that what the Dalai Lama does when he sucks little boys off? You reckon he knows?
No, that he
He's
gets
like,
them
"Don't
to
come
suck
in my
his
mouth."
tongue,
Yeah,
Yeah. and that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's not
I don't
pedophile at all.
I don't see any issues with that. I see that like, you know, it's a bit of experimentation. I think the kid's old enough to give his consent on whether he wants to suck tongue or not.
Right.
I think it's perfectly normal. I don't think there's any gateway to this. I don't think it's going to end up with this kid getting his ass brutally
old men
raped.
ask little kids to suck their tongues all the time, and it's completely normal. It's like Jewish.
Remember when you sucked your granddad's tongue?
Yeah.
And you're
Dude,
like,
the thing
I
is that
remember
he
how
didn't even
Jewish
think-
rabbis suck the blood off little boys' dicks after they're giving them.
He
a
chose the wrong
circumcision.
religion. He needs to go and move over.
the only
Maybe
reason
trying
they
to push it into Buddhism.
the only reason they
Yeah.
do that is because a baby
should do it
can't
too.
hold their tongue out of their mouth long enough. They're like, baby, hold your tongue out. It's like, you can't understand me. I'll just suck his dick. I gotta suck something. Like,
I can't wait till the Dalai Lama rocks up with a little yarmulke on, and he's just like, "Shalom, shalom," and everyone's like, "Hey, weren't you that fucking Buddhist, the Tibetan or
Yeah.
something?" He's
No,
like,
no, no.
"Shalom, shalom, yeah, give me that baby's dick."
the yarmulke is just made of old foreskins
Dude,
as well.
It's a tiny foreskin like this big on the top of his head.
And he stretched it out over his head. Eh?
Or he's just
Think
like,
about it. If that was the first time he's been caught out doing something, he didn't even think anything was wrong with it. Imagine what the cunt's done in the past.
he's a pedo,
Yeah.
100%.
He's done some fucked up shit for sure.
He just
Forgot where he was.
Yeah,
he
he
forgot
did.
the camera was on. Eh?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what they should make yarmulkes out of. Is severed tits.
Severed tits. So
Yeah.
he walks in with one on his head and he's like,
Shalom.
"Shalom, shalom, now, shalom. Now get your shalom out and
Yeah.
let me suck on it."
Let me make it short.
Have you got the video? Can you get find it,
Of the
Drew? 'Cause
Dalai Lama.
it's fucking weird. I don't know if everyone's seen.
How do you spell his name? How do you spell it?
DALAI and then like a llama. Yeah. Raquel said the Dalai Lama is actually 500 years
what,
old.
what did he do again? What gay shit did he?
Sucked tongue.
Sucked.
Here we go.
I spelled it wrong.
It's fucking creepy as.
On YouTube. Here we go.
Is it creepy or is it hell hot?
Yeah, Jay said he is a CEO.
Oh, what are you blurring? Oh, I guess as a little kid, you got to blur his face, right?
Blur
His,
his thumb.
his life's already ruined. You might as well show who he is. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
They blurred his face so people don't call him a faggot in high school. Eh?
All right. Let's...
Didn't want to let him go.
Play the video.
We're not done, right?
No, they've got the actual video.
No, I haven't shown it.
He's like, "No, suck my
Hang on,
tongue."
can we just read this real quick? His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused.
Words.
His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way. Even in public and before cameras, he regrets the incident. Are you like trying to shrug this off?
Yeah. he's
What
like-
the fuck is that?
He's like,
hey,
he was-
don't worry about it. It's innocent. He just fucks them. It's like, no. The boy's innocent. You're mixing it up. The boy's innocent. He's a pedophile.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, they're all innocent. It's like, no.
He's like, we had real innocent
brainwashed,
anal.
bro.
We had innocent anal, and he rusty
I
tromboned
innocently
my ass.
destroyed this kid's life. Innocently.
I innocently, he gave me a blowjob super innocently, and you know,
Yeah. Oops, he
As-
gave me a blowjob. Oopsies.
I tripped over, my cock fell out, he sucked on it, and
Yeah.
it was
Can we
innocent.
can we do this? If we're going to do this article, then I have to do this because it's a part of the.
Blew my ears out.
All right.
Every time I hear that recorder, I die a little bit more inside. Just that little bit more.
So Mattel introduces first Barbie doll representing a person with Down syndrome, and that's the Down syndrome doll.
Haven't they realized that like 99% of Down syndrome people are fat as fuck like me?
Well, you know,
Have they not realized that?
you
A
know
lot of them are,
you
yeah.
know
This
what
is
that-
giving unrealistic body images.
There's that
to
one,
Down syndrome people.
that one downy ever. You know what
Yeah,
it
the
looks like?
Victoria's
You
Secret
know when
one.
you get a
Victoria's
doll,
Secret.
you get a doll and you push its fucking head, the ones with the hollow head. That's what it looks like when
Push
you
its
push
head
it.
in?
Yeah, you push its head in.
So the reason why I hate this for a lot of reasons, which our listeners are very familiar with. But I also love it because I want to get one. We're talking about this today. I want to get one, and then I hope it. You know how like the Barbies come with like a dollhouse or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope this one comes with a cliff, so we can toss the doll off the cliff every week on the
It will be a
podcast. Be
little
like,
ritual.
if you see a downy and it's near a cliff,
Oh, there's a whole bunch
this
of
is
them.
what you need to do, and we just simulate throwing a downy off a cliff.
Or you could have like a little
Spot the
Oh
downy.
my god, dude! It's Ken with a prosthetic leg. What the fuck is that?
Oh, dude,
Jesus Christ,
when
man.
we were in when
Barbie goes woke.
when we were in the States, we did Chris Kringle, and I bought Vinny a fucking Barbie in a wheelchair. It's got the full wheelchair tricked out and everything. So
Hot Wheels,
funny,
eh?
he's got it up in his room, in his office, sitting in there.
Oh, wait, did Hot Wheels and fucking Mattel do like a crossover? They're just like collaboration. Let's go. Fucking retard in a chair. Bam.
Why do they want Barbies to look like them? To look like everyone? They want all different ones so they look
Yeah.
like them.
Well, we're
Like
gonna.
you don't really want when you're growing up as a kid, like you know when you had like fucking He-Man figures or whatever, or Ninja Turtles. You're like
Down
they don't
man,
look
eh?
anything like me, and I don't care. I don't want them to. I just want to fucking play around with toys. Like, why do you have to look like you? I
Yeah,
don't
they need to
understand.
make turtles that look more human. It's
The
actually
real
offensive.
question here is a Down syndrome person capable of recognizing the fact that the doll has Down syndrome?
No.
Do they possess the mental capacity to fully understand that? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't think that they're just like doll and then they play with it. That's as far as that thought goes.
yeah.
It
probably.
doesn't go any deeper than that.
It's just like the whole thing with it is too. It's fine. Like they can make whatever doll they want, but it's the whole agenda. You know, it's just
Yeah.
they're always cramming an agenda down your throat.
So
and
that's a good segue into this, which I wanted to bring up.
Fuck, you got this whole thing planned out, bro.
Oh, I did spend a bit of time, so
That makes
I'll go.
one of us.
yeah, well, I mean, we're used to it now.
Drew
Uh,
is the only one that puts in effort.
So this came out. These are statistics. I don't know exactly where they're from, but might say Statista. Okay. Says now that 7.2% of US adults identify as LGBT, but they're all in Gen Z. So they're like the newest.
But what
The-
letter do they identify as? That's the problem with these fucking charts.
Oh, I think I think this is actually a trans one they're talking about, but it must be trans and something else or whatever.
yeah.
All the other fucking non like L and G ones, like you know, all the rest of them are kind of obscure.
Yeah.
But it's all Gen Z.
Traditionalist 1940s.
Is that what it is?
As if
Traditional.
that's their
Traditional.
fucking name.
Yeah, right.
Traditional.
Isn't it just
rational
post
Yeah,
post
rational-
World War
rationalists.
II?
Yeah, rational. Yeah.
People that
Yeah,
just
they're
go,
not tradi-
these fucking trans people are weird as fuck.
Could
That's
you
a-
imagine if like because baby boomers are probably like traditionalist in a lot of Gen Z eyes.
Baby boom. Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "What the fuck is this shit? Weirdo, fucking queer,
Yeah.
fuck off out of here." And they're like, "No, you can't say that. It's really offensive."
The only way I can see
But, I mean,
this
it-
being something other than just like they do it because it's because they want to be accepted, or it's a cry for attention.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If it is a physical thing, and they generally are, it must be something to do with people becoming more feminine or it's something
be,
that's
but-
happening to people because
Yeah.
there is a massive downturn in testosterone.
But 20,
in
no, but
males
that
and-
wouldn't happen that quickly. 2017 to 2022 is gone from 0
Oh, is that
to
from 20?
20%.
Oh yeah, well, that doesn't make
So-
sense. at
No,
all.
that
Yeah.
doesn't. It
Yeah,
wouldn't happen
so
like that.
the
Like the yellow looks like it's gone up slightly, and that could be considered something that you could add to
Oh, yeah, it's
that.
gone.
But I know all the rest are pretty similar throughout the whole time.
So it's just millennial.
It's Gen Z,
yeah.
But
which
Gen-
makes sense because they're the ones that are getting exposed to all this shit. That's more.
I-
than
and they're
here's-
the impressionable generation.
Nah.
At that age,
And
they're
they're
way more
Here's my
impressionable.
theory, right? So, when they were like, they had like the loser group in high school, and they were just losers, and they'd either be nerds or they just like didn't quite fit in. They get bullied the fuck out
Yeah.
of. They either killed themselves or they went on to be like fucking CEOs of like multi-billion-dollar companies. Now they have a group because everyone's like, you need to accept everyone and rah rah. And so these people who don't fit in, they're like, fuck it, I'm gay.
Yeah.
It's an easier fucking like the last few years through high school just to come out and be like, I'm gay. And then they probably do college and they're like, yeah, still gay. They might suck some dicks and then they go get a job and they're like, nah, I don't think I'm gay anymore.
Well, we talked
I think I've figured it out. Or they've been fully brainwashed and now they just suck dick heaps.
We talked about that before on a few pods ago, that they actually make it that if you or to be successful without actually doing anything, all you have to do is claim that you're gay. You don't actually go and have to try. If you're a loser, no one likes you, you're not accepted.
Yeah.
You can go and claim you're gay and almost be famous. Like in your school,
Yeah.
you're like top of the pile all of a sudden just because you said you're gay.
Yeah.
They glorify.
And you're hell gay.
I mean,
Like,
that
why
even
can't it be
happened
bottom of
when
the
we were at
pile?
school.
yeah.
That even happened when we were at
All
school.
life just want to be bottom of the pile and they put you to the top. You're like, damn it.
Let me be bottom of the pile.
Let me be the bottom of the pile.
That happened when we were at school. Gay dudes would get way more attention, but they also got shit as well.
Dude,
so it was
gay
like a
dudes-
double-edged
Gay
sword.
dudes got beat the fuck up at my school.
Same. They
Yeah.
got absolutely roasted at my school.
Yeah.
Oh no, same with me. But like at the same time,
And that's the way it should be.
they kind of got notoriety. So it's like they
Yeah.
were
Infamous,
infamous.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love this.
yeah. That's
Identify as LG.
that's Matt. That's Matt. That's my cousin.
No, that's
Yeah,
so
he does.
good.
We've got to get him on sometime.
He's probably watching an LGT. It was like the first thing he saw. Is like
Yeah.
LG.
You just go. I identify as a phone because it's the first thing you see. Yeah.
It is ridiculous. People that think that that's normal. It's so anything that gets glorified. It's like TikTok, right? It became cool, or OnlyFans. It became cool to have one, and you could get heaps of money, so everyone started doing it. And TikTok, it became cool to just go and do a retarded dance to some stupid song. One person would do it, and then you've got
Yeah.
the whole fucking world doing it, trying to get popular. Because
Yeah.
then all you got to
Fuck that
do is
stop,
act
mate.
like a moron in front of a camera, and then you could be one of the most popular people on the planet.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just human psychology. And then now it's not only with losers,
Yeah.
or maybe everyone are just fucking losers now.
Well, dude,
I've
the
got
funny,
a fucking thing to pick with TikTok videos that's pissing me off at the moment. Oh, obviously, there's an algorithm. So when you watch one or comment on one,
yeah.
that's it. Now you're
You get
stuck
them
with
all.
fucking 50 of the cunts. So,
Yeah.
but dudes that are, I guess you'd call them influencers, gym influencers, and their
Faggots.
whole thing is
You're looking
stop
for
doing
faggots.
your shoulder press like this and do them like this. Like they always have that in every video and it says, stop doing this, do this. And I watch and I'm like, that's the gayest shit I've ever seen. Like, what are you talking about? Like bodybuilders, Olympians do it like that.
But also,
What are you talking
Like,
about?
they're
cunt?
not
You're
like,
fucking-
it's, like it's a life hack.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but-
Oh, no, more they're like, oh, bad, incorrect form, or you're swinging it. Heaps of the young fitness dudes are saying that you shouldn't swing your weights at all. You should be correct form, lock it in perfectly. Don't deviate at all, which is a load of wank because once you load up enough on a weight, you can't just fucking sit there and do this like perfectly. You're not going to be able to.
But you should
Yeah.
also be strong. Like it's good to do dumbbell, like chest press or whatever, so you actually
Yeah.
have stability.
Oh, no, I don't
and
mean
you're
that.
not just if you're just doing it perfect, you actually could, and it's just
Yeah.
that one movement.
That's
You're
what I
only
mean.
gonna
but
have
there are
strength
weights
in
where you
one
literally
circle.
Yeah.
you've got the fucking I forget the word for it because I never go.
It's fun, it's fun
what's
getting Normie to try and
kettlebell.
talk about
No, but
fitness.
legit the
You're
kettlebell
like,
one. And you
no, I forget the word for it because I never got treadmill.
yeah, no, the kettle,
Walking.
What gime? What's
legs,
a gime?
legs
Oh,
and
gym.
arms,
yeah, body,
Body.
yeah.
chest.
No, you got
That's
the kettlebell and you like swing it out, and then like
Oh, yeah,
same
the
with
kettlebell
dumbbells, but you fucking swing them out this
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
and it gets the whole fucking area of whatever the fuck you
Yeah, you
stretch.
get
I've
the
never,
whole
done
fucking
those, I've never done those kettlebell swings, but apparently they're pretty good.
Yeah, but like if
But-
someone's just like, don't swing, it's just like, cunt, there's heaps of exercises that say to swing.
Oh, yeah.
Even my physio was telling me about something to strengthen my lower back. She's like, yeah, it helps if you like fucking do this squat thing with the kettlebell and then swing it out.
Sure.
I haven't done
But
it.
isn't
Well,
that
they're-
everyone's argument with the machines that they're too
They're
like?
too restrictive. Yeah.
It's the same if you're doing it like perfect and
Yeah.
there's no
But
variation.
the thing is that you're never going to proceed past a certain point if you don't push yourself more. And to do that, your form does slip. And it's
Yeah.
like there's videos of Ronnie Coleman swinging the fuck out of weights, and it's like, what are you going to tell him he's doing it incorrectly?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, in a way, he kind of did because his back is just destroyed now. But the cunt was Olympia for fucking 8 times in a row, and this fucking dickhead on
Yeah.
TikTok's like, don't do it like that, do it like this.
My biggest issue with that is
Shut
that
up, cunt.
whenever someone
Yeah.
on the internet is like, stop what you're doing and do this, I'm instantly like, fuck off.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
Yeah.
straight away. The moment someone on the internet's like, stop, I'm just like, okay, I'll stop listening to you. Bye.
Yeah.
Next.
Some dude
Like,
the other day,
straight away.
some-
fuck that shit.
some like Jack fucking dude was just had his workout thing and he's going through all the things he did, and the volume ended up being like, I think it was about 25 sets, which is fucking heaps. And all the comments were like, way too much volume, man. I'm like, look at the cunt. Look at him. Just look at the fucking result of what he's done. Like,
He's a
obviously,
beast.
it's fucking ridiculous. Like, he's crazy, man. He's fucking good, you know? Like, and then Arnie used to do it back in the day, 25 sets for chest, more even, like 2-3 hour workouts and all that shit. Okay, just not for,
25 sets
Yeah,
in
25.
one session.
yeah, for chest. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But look
And-
at look at
last that
Rogan,
long.
dude. Rogan like does like 6-hour workouts some days.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
work out twice a day. And
Well,
shit.
well, the Sober October thing that he does with like Bert and Tom and
Oh,
Ari.
he was on the treadmill.
Dude, he set his fucking smoke alarm off because he was sweating that hard and his body temperature was so high that he was steaming out the room. Like,
Fucking Jesus,
yeah,
all right.
dude, he fucking tell that guy that he's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it wrong. Like, fuck off.
It's
man.
weird, but they
Fuck off.
totally neglect like what they look like and their work ethic, and they just say, "Oh no, it's overtraining or your form's not good or whatever." Like, I don't know
Everyone
what's
wants
going
to
on.
be the guru.
They
and
do,
tell
eh?
Someone else. They've removed that thing. You know how we were saying how it used to be embarrassing to take selfies, or you actually had some self-awareness.
And that's
They've
got long
completely
gone, man.
removed that now, where
Yeah.
you wouldn't say something like that because you would actually be thinking, am I going to come off like a flog? Now they just go and make a whole TikTok video and hope it goes viral, saying just pathetic shit.
Yeah, legit. Or
And I'm
doing
not
dumbass
saying that we
dances.
don't say pathetic shit, but at least it's off the cuff.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
not
pathetic.
planned
It's just,
out
it's just
pathetic
dumb.
shit.
We say dumb shit all the time.
I wouldn't say what we say is pathetic. It's definitely dumb.
It's
But we're not
retarded.
up here like shaking our asses around like Sam Smith trying to fucking like have a fucking famous life. We're just like, this is
We're
just
shit
us
talk.
doing what we do.
Yeah.
We do this at the pub. I do this at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a new kid at work who's a virgin, and so I'm just like every
Oh,
day I'm just like
right.
lost your feet.
How'd you
feet
know he's
plates
a
yet?
virgin?
I asked him straight up,
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
you just say this cunt looks like a virgin. I'm going to ask him.
dude. If there was ever a person who looked like a virgin, this is the guy.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, he's like 19.
Incel.
So now you
Nah,
got you
not
got to get him
incel,
laid.
just like a bit too nerdy and a bit too like unsure of himself. To like, there's no way he's convincing a chick to fucking let him put his dick in her.
like, "Come on,
he
I'll
can
give you
barely
20
convince
bucks."
himself into that scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's not
They
happening.
should pay a hooker to fuck him, mate. He dies. You just never
Do
see
you
him
want to
again.
fuck a hooker
Oh,
for your
little
first?
Johnny
I
died.
would eventually if I got like mid-20s and I hadn't gotten laid. But for your first one, if you're hell young,
Yeah, but
you want to do it.
it
not
doesn't
like-
sound like it's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Then again, Bazile has a missus and she's good looking. So I think anything is
How
possible.
unfair is that though? When you're like an 18, 19-year-old kid, you got no game, like you're just a douchebag, eh?
But you-
And, like,
the
there's no
only way
chance-
you
and you
get
want to
game-
fuck constantly,
No, but
and you
you-
can't.
The only
Yeah,
way to
women
get
are
game
too-
is to put yourself out there, and if you
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
true.
that, you're never going to get the game.
Or you
Yeah,
get
that's
a
the
rifle
problem.
and you go hunting for the game, you know, and you might have to fuck a dead chick or two, but you know,
Hey, it's still
it's
sex.
game.
Well, I do
Still
have.
sex.
I did get a. I've got a video of the.
Plus, they're held tight when the rigor mortis sets in.
Yeah,
So I've heard. So I've heard.
I've got a
Yes,
compilation
I haven't
of,
heard, I've experienced.
I've got a compilation of To Catch a Predator. I was watching some today. Yeah, they're fucking gold, man. They're so good. I want to bring that show back. It's fucking so funny.
It is fun. Like, I
Yeah.
love when they catch him and they're just trying to make.
Does he have a flashlight? I'll ask him. I'll
Fleshlight.
find out. Surely.
Does he have a foot with a vagina in it?
I hope so. If he has a flashlight and it's not a foot with a pussy in the heel, I'm gonna get real angry at him.
pussy heel?
Yeah, pussy heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of
Pussy heel?
Achilles
Pussy
heel?
heel? It's pussy heel, lad.
Pussy heel?
Pussy heel and pussy heel, lad.
Oh god, I can't wait to get home and fuck my pussy heel. Eh?
How old is this dude?
He's like 19.
Okay.
He's a nice kid. He's just like, yeah, he's very
You
clearly
want
a
to
virgin.
you want to fucking get rid of that pretty soon. 19. You don't want to be over 20.
Well,
and
you
not-
get rid
Yeah.
of him. You know, I want to get rid of that
You
cunt
wanna get
pretty
rid of him,
soon.
yeah.
Dispose of him. Put him in the
Put it
trash.
this way: if he turns 20 and he's still with us, I'll just fuck him. Come
Yeah.
here, mate.
Hey, put your titties together and just give him a tit job.
They'll be like, suck my tongue.
Yeah.
Where were you sent 7 years ago? Suck my tongue 7 years ago. Way too old
Put a
now.
little yarmulke on.
I don't know.
A little
I wonder how,
foreskin
like, I
yarmulke.
reckon, like, kids, obviously not that kid, but like other kids, they must be fucking losing their virginity when they're like 11 or something.
I feel like they're losing their
Kids are
virginity.
fucking way younger,
Yeah, but apparently they're not
which is
fucking as
hell
much.
hot.
Yeah.
Well, they were. Well, they were before this whole gay movement and everyone, you know. Then the pendulum swung back super hard, where it's like cool to be fucking celibate and like hyper Christian now. The kids were fucking like hell young, man. It was like
Yeah.
scary. Like
Yeah.
13-year-old girls were getting pregnant.
know
and shit. It's
why?
just like, oh, your life is over.
You know why
You're
too?
done,
Because the
you
lefties
fucking
are-
whore.
they're breeding themselves out. Hey, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
I guess millennials and maybe Gen X too.
Well, they're saying there's a
again,
shit ton more incels, and like generally people aren't having as much sex as they used to, like when we were
low
younger.
testosterone.
Probably a lot of things, yeah. And they're saying like, well, incels, you know, they obviously just they're not going to get any like this fucking dude, but then there's people that are just tapping out altogether because they don't even want to fucking be a part of it. Like they just
Beta
fuck it,
males.
I'll just jerk off and play computer games or something.
Well, that's
like
the
it.
that's the problem with things like
What a
fleshlights.
shit
Fleshlights are
Yeah, I
good.
know.
Fleshlights are probably good for like if you're trying not to come immediately, like for a bit of training. So I
Yeah.
imagine, I've never fucked one, but I imagine
No,
they're
me
like
neither.
they're made to pleasure your dick.
Yeah.
So I imagine they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And so
good.
yeah,
I've used one.
Well,
there
they
you go.
just-
I've
they-
never used one. Are they good?
Yeah. It's just like a dead pussy.
Is that why it's good?
It's like a cold, dead fucking pussy.
Did you fucking like put it in the chuck of a drill and just send that cunt?
Fucking
It's
hell.
like,
What if it gets caught?
And
It's just fucking.
Now then you start spinning your
uh,
if it gets caught, then yeah, you start spinning. Oh, dude, if I was to use a flashlight, I'm gonna go all out, and then I'm just
Wouldn't
gonna
the
blame a chick for having shit puss. When you know how chicks do that, they use vibrators now,
oh yeah.
and then they're just like, "Why aren't you making me come?" It's like because you literally like use a jackhammer on your clit. Like, how am I meant to compete with that? Put it back on.
Jackhammer.
Put it back on them. Just put a fucking flashlight on a drill, on a hammer drill, even so it's got a bit of back and forth on it too, and just fucking send that cunt. And then when they're just like, "Oh, you're not hard yet," be like, "Yeah, do some work. Spin like a dreidel." Like,
Well, that is a good point. Like, you know, dudes get shamed a lot if they're not up to scratch as far as in the bedroom, but women never do. Like,
yeah,
you can't guess how loose a woman is.
No, you
There is
can't.
some signs, I
well,
reckon.
if they got kids, you got a pretty good idea.
No, I don't think that's true. Because I've been to a few girls that had kids that were fucking super tight.
Yeah, but they've probably done heaps of Kegels.
Maybe.
So if they're fit, but just be like,
That's not
Do you
anything either, though. Because I've banged some fit chicks and they were like slop.
yeah,
So I don't know. It's really hard. There must be some kind of formula, but I don't know what it is. And the other one is like fat
Well,
girls
the-
usually have tight pussies as well.
yeah, that's because the fat
'Cause of the
pushes the
fat
pussy
pushes-
together. Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
we've been look at Josh Piston. It's true, but man,
This is just a
there's more
smut
mass.
episode,
There's
eh?
more mass just pushing that puss closer together.
yeah,
And so if you can find it, your cock's like, holy shit.
you got to roll
Oh,
around
this
in
I was
flour
thinking about
first.
that
Like,
the whole
like
time. I was getting my when I walked out. You were like, "Put it back on them. Just get a fucking flashlight at the end of a dildo." It's so true.
Yeah.
What you were saying. So, oh, you didn't last 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I fucking used the
Yeah.
fucking flashlight Master 7000 on my cock
Legit,
every
yeah.
night.
Milwaukee came out with one last year. It's the old Mill Jackie, eh?
You'd have
It's called the Mill Jackhammer. It jacks you right off, eh? It gives you a raging hammer and then just fucking done. You're done.
You go and get one of those AI fuck robots, but you install a
Give it a
fucking
drill.
Milwaukee. You
No,
don't
just
even
teach
fuck
it.
it. You got it. It's just like
No, take it to work for 4 years if you're a chippy. Use get it to use tools and shit, and then be like, right, and then teach it about flashlights and be like, combine them. Like, you're AI, you're hell smart. Make this ridiculous. Make this absolutely ridiculous. She's like fingering your ass with a fist. with a pussy on it still somehow.
Hey,
And then she
you-
just got the Mill Jackie 4000 just clong, clong,
You'd
clong.
have to put a hard hat on her and a fucking high vis as well. Eh? So she's just going to town on you.
Give it like a hell sexist high vis though, where it's like a crop top up here, like a mankini version of a high vis.
Amplifier shirt, eh?
That's
And the
it.
Amplifier bar, a bit low cut, so everyone gets triggered and cancels it.
Hot. That shit's hot.
We should start ordering food from the same place so we don't pay double delivery.
Mm.
We should get those.
That I've got free delivery.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, you can just order with me next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
It's gonna cost you, but
it's going to cost you
$2.
Typical Woggo.
It's going to cost you one dildo.
Well, we did have
Flashmaster
sex toys until you
7000.
motherfuckers ruined them both. So
yeah,
now we
that's
don't even
because
have
we've
that.
gone on to bigger and better things. Where have you been the last 5 minutes? All right, we're talking drills and dildos. We're talking dildos. All right, we're talking feet with pussies in them. Okay, we're talking Durans with pussies in them.
What about a neck with a pussy? Just a severed head with a fucking
No,
pussy
I
at
was-
the bottom of the
I
neck.
was, okay, see, I was talking about like an arsehole under the Adams app. You know,
Or-
you get
or-
you fucking right in the
Adam's
jugular.
arsehole.
You just bang one of those cunts that had throat cancer because they got the hole already.
Oh, my
I'm
dad had a
not-
hole for a while.
I'm
I
not
should have
gonna
fucked
lie.
my dad.
That thought
You
has
just-
crossed my mind every time I've like the people fuck those. It's crossed my mind every time you see it on a
Do
movie.
you know why? Because you want to fuck one. That's why.
Maybe I do. If you've got cancer, you got a hole in your throat, come on the pod and I'll fuck you. I'll throat fuck you.
Imagine if they died. Because they normally have that because they can't breathe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just.
You reckon-
They just
Like, go
die.
get
Yeah, you just-
someone with one of those, drill a hole in the back of their throat and put a dildo and then use the fucking hole as the flashlight. They're like, oh, they're spinning around your cock.
What the fuck?
Take
You
some-
getting
alright.
fucking
Sever someone's head off, right? Put a pussy in the severed neck, then attach the head to a drill, and then just use it. I'm pretty sure Al Qaeda's done this.
It's
I'm
like-
fairly
It's
certain.
like those clowns at a fucking sideshow where they're like, and you like one of them.
Yeah.
Remember we used to talk about
There's a sand monkey that has definitely done this for sure, 100%.
Man, monkey. Just severed heads up. And he goes and drops his dong in. And it's like, oh.
I've always wanted to do that at the circus.
It's the same as
Just
the whole
drop,
thing.
just drop your cock straight
Oh,
down one of the
yeah.
circus
They
clowns.
should
Eh?
have.
I
They
feel like everyone's thought about doing that,
This
but no
is
one's had
what
the
it's the
balls to
same
do
with
it.
the whole thing. So what
I've
they
never
need to
thought
do,
about that.
combine
before.
the two things and have the fucking guy with the cigarette hole here and have them all lined up. They're like,
Yeah.
and
Then you
then
can DP him because you got the mouth and the throat cancer hole. Yeah.
you actually can deep it.
And then if you sever the head off, you can 3P him. 3 CPO him, mate.
And then there's the ears and the eye sockets.
Oh, true.
And the nose. Oh, you could probably have a whole fucking fuck fest with
Well,
them,
how
with
many is
one
that?
severed
2,
head.
4, 6, 7. That's 8 dicks. 9 if you go through
You
the
know
neck
how
and you
they,
sever
like,
the head.
in movies they push their eyeballs back with their fucking thumbs?
Yeah.
It'd just be fucking Barry Woods pushing the eyeballs back with his massive paw.
He's just giving people lobotomies with his cock, eh? He's like, I'm here to lobotomize you. Cronk, fucks him straight through the brain. It's like a scary movie. You know, when Ray's in the toilet and there's that glory hole.
No,
And then he's just like, oh, what was that? That tickles. And then he just shoves his cock through his ear.
that one where he's the clown rapes him under the bed. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
come here, and he gets dragged under, and he's like, ah!
And then the clown tries to go away and he drags the clown back
And
under.
rapes the clown.
Yeah.
And the clown's got that like terrified look on his face.
Yeah, bro. So isn't it like the Saw clown?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Fuck, I love those movies, man.
Yeah, they don't really make good comedies anymore. Eh? I
no.
was trying to
Or
look through them the
spoofs.
other
When
day.
have you seen a spoof movie? Like,
Yeah. I was trying to look through them the other day and I was like, oh, there's nothing that I even would remotely want to watch out of all these new ones. But even just general movies, man. Like not Netflix like series stuff, but just general movies. There's literally fuck all. Like
Mm.
there's all the superhero ones that they're still smashing out and they're just dog shit.
they're
Yeah.
not even movies.
Man, they're
Oh,
fucking
idiot.
bad, eh?
I
They're-
went and saw Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead,
Yeah.
the other night. So good.
Yeah.
It's like not as good as the last one, but that dude just makes awesome horror movies because it's so gory and actually creepy, but
Who made
also fucking ridiculous.
No-
Sam Raimi.
Oh, okay.
the guy that made the original, but he
Right.
makes
The
it
original
so
was
over.
such a good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Watch
think
it,
I've
man.
ever seen the Evil Dead.
I
Though.
love that.
Dude, watch
they-
it. It's so like creepy, but that they say ridiculous. You know, like your mother sucks cocks in hell. Like they say, like,
Yeah.
it's so over the fucking top, but it's also super creepy, but ridiculous that you'll be laughing.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
fucking.
Well, that's what
stupid.
Army of Darkness was, right? When that came out,
Yeah.
that was like funny as fuck.
That was the second part to Evil
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah.
I like how they just had this movie and it was like horror, traditional horror, and then they just went the same thing, but just thought, fuck it, we'll make it comedy as well. Just threw in comedy in it. It's like, fuck yeah. Like,
Was that
when have you ever
Guy
seen a
Zapino?
horror comedy before?
What's
I
his
just don't
name?
think
Bruce
that-
Campbell's an absolute clown.
Well,
Oh,
Ash versus the Evil Dead was like horror comedy.
Yeah, so that was like based off the original.
Yeah.
So this
yeah.
is the same. It's not as ridiculous as Ash vs. But it's still.
I remember when you put me onto that, and I was just like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever
It's
watched.
so
It's so fucking ridiculous." Have you
know
seen
when he
it?
goes,
Watch it, man. You'll love it.
Yeah.
when he gets dragged through the fucking corpse's asshole, like and the things go around his neck, and he's like, oh, and he gets pulled through its ass.
You know?
Dude, it is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of have you seen Planet Terror? That Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
film. This chick's got like an amputated leg, and there's this scene. It's probably the best line of any movie ever. And like they arrest her for whatever reason, like the army take her into custody, and they're like, one of the army dudes is like, "Man, this chick's pretty hot," and then the other dude turns to me, he's just like, "She's only got one leg," and he's like, "Easy access." And then later on, they just strap an M16 to her leg, and she uses the grenade launcher to like launch herself over
Oh,
a wall.
I've seen that.
And then she's just like
Yeah.
gunning people down with her leg. She's a hot chick from
I've seen it.
fuck, what? Bewitched? Not Bewitched. Is it Bewitched?
Nah.
I
She
can't remember the chick.
one of the
It was.
witch ones. She's fucking hot as shit.
Mm.
She's hell attractive.
Yeah.
I forget her fucking name. But yeah, it's the most ridiculous shit ever. It's fucking brilliant.
They're the best. Like,
But that's
dude,
because Ash versus Evil Dead, doesn't he like lose an arm or something? Or
there's
a
that
hand?
bit in Ash
And they
They've got a
put-
fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, they put a chainsaw on his like the end of his wrist.
Yeah.
It's just like this is more of this.
There's a bit. Remember that bit in it? There's this hell fat chick, and she's one of the Deadites, and she's like a nice old lady. And then he looks back, and she's like, ah! and then she's like running at him, the tits are out, and she's got his face, and she's like, have some milk, and like starts squirting milk, and he's like, getting that milk squirt.
What the fuck?
I heard she had a
Unreal.
hell tight pussy by that because she's a fat bird. All the fat puss.
Fat pusso.
Fat puss is like it's a different ballpark,
Yeah.
of puss.
And
Yeah.
several ballparks.
Several rolls, You know when they got like, when she's got like fat puss lips, like on the outside, and then there's like another roll after it. You're like, no, this is too fat. That's what Lizzo's cunt must look like, eh?
Dude,
Oh,
Just
man.
a fucking French bakery.
I
Eh?
won't
Her
shut the
cunt.
fuck up about her. Eh?
her cunt
Every
was-
fucking day there's an article about her.
Why? Why
I
are they
don't know.
pushing it so hard?
I don't know.
She's-
Now she's dancing with fucking.
It's more depopulation shit. They're like, well, they wouldn't all take the vaccine. We'll just make them eat themselves to death.
We'll
Yeah.
make them not
I'm
want to.
halfway there.
Every time I see her, I just write a message and it just says "Yay diabetes" on anything on anything that she posts, and that's it. Because she's
Well,
glorifying.
that's the end
it.
result.
Yeah,
That's the end result.
Just when will diabetes hurry the fuck up
and do
and
its
kick
thing.
in? Yeah, like hurry up,
Or a
man.
heart attack, or a stroke, any of them.
Yeah,
She is like an abomination.
Yeah.
She's
She's
not
hideous.
hot. There's this whole thing to push, like everyone likes a fat ass and that hourglass shape. But
Well,
there's
that's it. She's lacking the hourglass part of it.
But there's this thing now where, like, there'll be a chick and she's pretty much fat, but they're like, oh, I got a fat ass. She's an extreme example. Like, she's a whale. But, if there's they're pushing it all on TikTok and all this crap. And you're
Yeah.
like, that's not, that, like, shape is good,
Mm.
but you're still fat. And
Speaking of,
But it
we
doesn't-
were fucking taught. You know that fucking bird that's got the OnlyFans billboard in Osborne Park?
Yep.
Us boys were talking about it at work the other day, and then we're like, let's look it up. And one of the boys pulled up
she's
her
fat.
Instagram. Dude, she's ugly as fuck.
Mm.
Yeah.
The fact that she can afford a billboard is actually I'm ashamed that as a society we've come to a point where someone who looks like that can make that amount of money based off their looks.
Mhm.
That's fucked.
If you get
She's like not hot at all.
It's because we live in the age of the incel. Where
But
if
some
if
fat
get your
chicks are
tits
hot, man.
out-
Like some fat, like don't get me wrong, some fat chicks, like they're at least cute in the face. Their figure does work. They might be heavy, they're still fat, but like the figure works.
Mm.
She's literally disgusting. Like
Yeah, she
I don't
doesn't
know.
look-
I would like the
I still
virgin
love
at
it.
work. I wouldn't let him fuck her. I'd be like, no. Like you can get better. Like
he turns
Yeah,
gay.
wait another year. Wait
Yeah.
another year.
Just appears on
He's
there.
like, well, I wasn't an actual incel before, but now
Now
I
I
am
am.
by
Yeah.
choice.
You can't really see.
She's
it.
got an Alaskan salmon for
I mean,
a fucking
obviously,
pussy, eh?
obviously she's obviously she's got makeup and shit on here, but
Even with makeup, she's not
Yeah.
hot, bro.
no.
She's hell gross.
Yeah.
Get a photo of her up.
What's her name?
Pull up her Instagram. Type,
W-
that's her Instagram handle. Type that in, man.
WC Savage.
Yeah, I think it stands for West Coast Savage. Eh?
Why is she savage? Like, does she eat savage?
She looks savage. You know when the
Yeah.
like the English landed here and they're like savages. They were talking about her.
yeah.
People that look like her.
Except she's got access to way more
No,
hamburgers.
go to her Instagram.
No, I couldn't find it.
It was literally the top link.
I don't think that's it though, because there's only 94 followers. No.
Yeah, that's definitely not it.
No.
It is crazy. Like, why does that chick? I guess
Just go to Instagram and type it in, man. You'll find it.
I guess there's only a certain amount of people that are willing to sacrifice their dignity.
Oh, that is
for,
it. She's pretty big.
I love it that there's like a fucking hell bogan car in the background too, like an old fucking Falcon.
Yeah.
I mean,
She looks better there.
from a
Somewhat better.
Falcon.
Nah, dude. Keep scrolling. See there's other photos. Look at that. She's hideous, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
tats.
You wouldn't
Ugh.
behead her because it would blunt your axe. You know
Yeah,
what I
her
mean?
tits
You'd be
are
like, I
fucking
don't want to
saggy.
sharpen my axe after this. I'm not going to behead her.
It is a rough head, eh? It's like,
Oh, dude.
you got a head in
Yeah,
her
there's
life
nothing
and
good
do
about her, is there?
Literally- and look at her tit
Her
sag,
tits are
man. Look
terrible.
at that tit sag,
She's got
bro.
too many tats. I don't know what it is with Aussie girls, but they fucking love tats.
Yeah, I don't like
I hate
tats
it.
like that. On
Do you know what she should love? Suicide. She should kill herself. She should fall in love with suicide.
Well, no, you can't hate her for fucking making coin. At least she's doing that. Like fucking. Good
I
on her,
I
but-
do hate her for making coin. I hate what she's made men become. It's her fault.
It must
As
be.
much as we should blame the men, I'd rather
Nah,
blame her.
we should blame the men.
It must be
Because if
because
men
of the
didn't pay
incels.
for that shit, she wouldn't exist.
But it's because of
Facts, yeah.
incels, eh?
100%.
It has to be because that's the only reason OnlyFans can exist. It should be called Only Incels. That's what it should be.
Yeah, legit.
Incel fans.
yeah, man.
Only sells, eh?
It's fucked. But that's
No.
the way it's always been. Like, there's always some
No.
dude that'll simp for some chick. Always. Like, they'll do it. They
But
don't care.
there's so many simping for her that she's literally like making like fucking
Enough to
6
afford
digits a year.
10,000 fucking
Yeah.
billboard.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, bro.
I know.
That is ridiculous.
I mean,
She also hits 6 digits when she gets on the scales.
dude,
I mean,
she
there was a
looks
dude,
like I transitioned and then was like, I'm starting an OnlyFans.
more than one friend
like
of mine now.
legitimately.
More than
I'd
one friend
buy
of mine
into
now
that.
has told me that they've
That's because
participated
you're a supporting friend.
in an OnlyFans thing with
Have
a
a
chick
supporting wank.
that
for your
already has
friend.
a OnlyFans, and they've
Sorry,
paid
what was that?
them, the dude, like $400-500 just to bang the chick that they wanted to bang anyway on OnlyFans,
Yeah, right.
and she's paying him $500. So how much is she making from it?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's just for one bang, for however long.
If you have an OnlyFans, you should kill yourself.
Yeah,
That needs to
100%.
no, I don't think so. I think if you go on there and
No,
purchase things on
it's
OnlyFans,
done. It's
should
done.
kill
If
yourself.
you got one, you should as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, users and fucking content creators should all kill them. Anyone that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Put yourself on ride the iron horse. Ride the iron horse, you fucking clown.
but the other thing is like, I don't particularly like porn stars that are porn stars. Like if they're just chicks that are horny and they fucking post videos on Pornhub or whatever, that's cool. But I don't like actual porn stars because most of the time they do nothing for me at all.
No, they're,
Yeah.
they're
Like
never
zero
hot.
for me.
They got that
Even-
whole plastic look.
Yeah,
that's
well,
why.
they got that look like their brains have been fucked out, which they have as well. But like, they just look hollow. They look dead inside.
and they're all on meth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
they
don't do
are
anything for
cokeheads,
me.
eh?
Like literally never. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I know one that's an actual porn star, like that you see repeatedly
Yeah.
because they're in heaps of shit.
I don't
like-
mind some of the MILF porn stars. I'm
Okay.
into that though.
You like them?
Oh,
But you
like
can
the
see
MILF
that-
stuff, yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, okay.
That was usually like my go-to. But I must admit, it's like there's a
But do
big
you
difference.
watch a porn star or do you just watch someone that's on? Because, like, you know, I've had people I know that are on fucking Pornhub.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I actually
They're not
there
porn
was
stars.
there
They
was
just
one person. I didn't actually know her, but I knew people who knew her.
You're
So-
more into kid Pornhub though. eh?
Yeah, big time. But no, there was like
Dalai Lama's on
this
there.
this chick that these girls that I knew, they knew her, and she was like a teacher at a school or something, and she
Fucking hell.
she started in a porn, and like the only market she could bust out into was like some European weird market, and it was all food porn. So like this guy was like putting whip because I was like, show me the video, like I have to see this, like some like amateur trying to break out into the porn scene, like what sort of shit do you have to do to get noticed? And this dude was putting like donuts on his cock, and she's eating the donuts off his cock while sucking his dick, and then he's putting like whipped cream on his cock, and she's sucking it off.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is hilarious. And then they just basically brutalized her. It was like two dudes just like fucked her up with their dicks. It was
No.
pretty hilarious. And it's like, lol. And now you're gonna go teach the ABCs to like fucking 8-year-olds.
So she was a
Mint.
teacher at the same time.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a chick that I
Why couldn't she
was
have taught
living
me?
next door in Bali. it was had some porn videos on Pornhub. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And then a mate of mine sent it to me. He goes, check this out, man. And I'm like, why are you sending me porn? I don't want to fucking see porn. He goes, no, look closer. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, that's my next door neighbor.
Dudes, no, let's
When I was in
touch
Bali.
on that. Dudes that send porn.
Oh,
man.
That's
fuck.
fucking
Yes,
weird,
it's
bro.
weird.
It's
Hey, bro, jack off to this. Like, no.
and also
no,
Because you know, it's
bro.
like, I like this. You should like this too.
It's such a weird.
yeah. So what do you want me to do here?
Yeah.
Pull my pants down, have a wank right now.
Yeah.
It pisses me off as well. There was a dude that I used to work. It's a hell tradey thing, eh? And there was
It used to be, I think, but it's not so much anymore, man. My barber used to do. Remember Heart Gobbies?
yeah.
There was a dude that worked there who, like, we got chummy. He's a nice guy. Added him on
lived in the hut
Facebook,
too.
and then instantly, all he'd do is send me porn.
Mm.
And I was just like, I went in there one time and I just broached it with Heart Gobbies. I was like, hey, Heart Gobbies, listen. And she was just like, hang on. And she finished giving Heart Gobbies, and she's
Yeah.
like, what's up?
She puts the
She-
heart away.
She,
Oh,
she
she's like-
finished shrinking her head, and she's like, "Yeah, what's up?" and and then I was like, "Does he send you like porn all the time, or like has anyone?" And she was like, "Yeah, dude." Like, and he was sending it to girls as well,
Yeah.
workmates, which is
What
fucked.
the hell?
Yeah. And so I brought it up, and then they were like, "What do you think of it?" I was like, "I think it's fucking weird. Like, this is super fucking weird." And then we chatted about it, and I was just like, "Can you tell him to like fucking stop?" And then he messaged me, and he's just like, "Oh, the fucking girls at work like told me that you were talking shit," and I was like, "Dude, it's fucking weird." And I messaged him, I was like, "It's weird, bro. Like, how can you not see that this is fucking weird?" He's like, "I thought you were a bloke. Blokes do this," and I was just like, "No.
No.
You do this because you're a fucking creep." And then he was just like, "Oh, I see where I stand with you, right?" Like, sort of like what John Kelly says, you know, like, "Oh, I see where you stand, bro," right? And I was like, "Dude, I don't know how you're offended by this. Like, I'm just asking you not to send me porn. It's quite simple. When you have the urge to send me porn, send it to someone else."
Also, you know when you're out in
But no one
public
wants
and you open a message and there's just porn, it's like, bro, like
Are you fucking serious? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. You watch porn. Everyone knows the website for porn. And if you don't, go into Google and type porn, and
Yeah.
you'll know them pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't
Google.
need anyone. yeah. Drew's like, what's porn?
Drew needs very specialized Asian porn websites. eh?
Porn.
That's true.
Yeah.
This will get
Yeah, I
us
guess
taken up.
Pornhub's the top two fucking things.
Yeah.
It's when you put porn in.
X video, you porn.
So-
XNXX is still cranking. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's an old school
It's
one.
weird. Pornhub kind of took over the industry.
Now OnlyFans has.
I
mean-
think Pornhub got big because what Drew was talking about, where like lots of amateurs started uploading and everyone was frothing that
I'd prefer that.
because it was more like actual sex.
Yeah, 'cause
it was
it's real.
less. It was less like you put the tip in the girl's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
you know?
I hate that shit.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I
fake,
think
man.
like webcam chicks are fucking shit as well, because it's
Yeah.
all just a scam, like a
Yeah.
total scam. You know, obviously, but dudes still fall for it and pay for it.
I just don't know why you pay for it. It's free. That's what I don't understand. Like, am I just that much of a cheapskate? I don't know. But like, if it's free, I'm getting it for free, and I'll make it work.
I don't understand why people pay for it. It's been the age-old question for
Yeah.
a long time. No one paid for it before the internet. You just swapped
magazines.
someone stole their dad's porn,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
And your
everyone at
dad was
school,
a simp who paid for porn, and you
Yeah.
came to terms with that.
There-
You're like fucking incel, and then
there was one dad, and the porn was like guys with curly mullets and moustaches on
Yeah,
their
man.
cocks.
you could
I
hardly
had a
see a
porn
clit
called
for all the
Black
bush
Widow.
as well.
Black Widow. I'm gonna look it up.
Black Widow.
Black Widow was the name of the porn.
Of course you did.
Black.
You're
I'm
not
sure
you're
it
not
wasn't
gonna
Asian
find it, bro.
women.
You're gonna have to type in porn. Black
Yours
Widow's
was Yellow
literally a
Widow.
Marvel character.
It would have been Yellow Widow. Yours.
Oh, now you're just gonna it's just gonna be fucking.
We'll get taken down.
No, this is
Look
not.
at the tits on that.
What's
one
it?
on the
Oh,
left.
but this is the fucking that chick.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Marvel shit,
I
bro.
don't want Marvel on the. Oh, anyway, I'm not gonna be able to find it. But
Black Widow anal with the Hulk. Scroll down. Boom. 4K. 3D
it was
porn.
okay.
Get around it.
Yeah, it was called Black Widow, and it was probably like early '80s, I reckon. The chicks and dudes in it. It was a VCR tape porn. So I was fucking.
Yeah,
long time
they were
ago.
the ones that got shared around school. It was always VCR.
Yeah.
And then, like late high school, it became a DVD, like a DVD or a burnt CD.
Oh,
Do you remember in Bali, they weren't. It was against the law because it's not really Muslim, but they wouldn't do it. They had the porn DVDs, but they weren't allowed to put them in the shop. So if you went in,
Oh, you had
just
to go out
you
the
had
back.
to go out the back.
Yeah.
Or like he put
Yeah.
one dude had all his in the roof.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You want some porn?" I'm like, "Not really, mate." And my mate's like,
He's
"Yeah,
like,
I want some porn."
"Come up
so
to
he's
the
like-
attic.
So he goes, "Wait a second," and he gets a step ladder out, climbs
Imagine
up.
being a porn
opens
dealer.
up-
You want some porn? Hey, boy, you want some porn?
That's fucking weird. Wait, what about
Open
this?
your
though?
jacket.
Wait, $1 million challenge, right? You got to jerk off to completion, but you can only watch downy porn. Who's doing that?
You
Are
can
you
do
going to
that.
be a millionaire?
Well, there's that fucking
Oh, yeah.
Like are my eyes like forced open, or can I think about something else and just imagine wank my way through to $1 million? Because I
Oh.
could imagine wanking to $1
We'll
million.
raise the
no
bar.
worries.
You have to let a downy jack you off.
yeah.
Not a problem.
They'll probably rip your cock off
Yeah, it's fine.
because they got that downy strength
Yeah, but with $1 million, it only costs like $100,000 to just grow another one.
on your arm.
Forehead.
years.
Forehead. I've already been very clear about this. If I ever have to grow a cock, it is going right here. I'll remove the fucking Nazi symbol that I tattooed on my forehead and I'll put a cock there instead. Or I'll leave it and just grow a Nazi cock. And it will just every time a German walks past, the cock's like, wait.
I love this here.
That's ridiculous.
Matt said, just an excuse for
No.
bestiality.
Watch this, man. I don't know if you saw this before. I sent it to the gun group. Check this out. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking hectic, eh?
Play it again.
I don't even know what he
Retard.
shoots. He shoots like some kind of explosive.
It looks like a gas bottle.
It looks like it's a clean through, though.
That's
It
fucked
looks
up.
like it's coming out the other side.
Really?
Yeah, because he's got like it's like here in the eyebrow, like eye socket area, and
Yeah,
there's
it's
another
gone.
break
Oh,
further
went
up.
back
I think it's gone. It's a through
Gone
and
through
through.
his skin or whatever.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Which would explain why it's bleeding like all fuck because
Yeah,
there's
your
nothing
head,
there.
your head bleeds like crazy.
Yeah, but also like if there's shrapnel there, it should stop some of the bleeding
Yeah.
at least.
AI porn. That's going to be a thing. That means you can customize your porn to whatever you want. Young boys,
You just
any
hit
of
up,
that shit,
hit
you
up
can do
Chat
it.
GBT and you're
Dalai
like.
Lama's going to get on AI.
Do you think?
He's just there with an Oculus. They're like Dalai Lama. The cameras are rolling. He's like, "Fuck off."
Dalai Lama, you got to give a speech. He's like,
1 minute. One more minute.
one more tongue suck.
We can go through the. I don't know if we'd do this in Patreon or now, but I went back through. I was listening to old Opie and Anthony stuff, and they were going through all the Mel Gibson phone calls shit with his missus when he split up with her. It's so good, man. Like just some of the shit he says to her. It's so fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's fucking excellent, man. Like it's worth watching some of it, but we can't get it all. You know, we could do it in Patreon, or we can do it here.
Like, why can't you do it now?
Well, we can either do To Catch a Predator in here or the Mel Gibson rant. Which one do you want to do?
Dude, to catch
Oh,
a
is it going to
predator.
get pulled? Do you reckon? If we do it,
Oh no, I don't think either of them would. No,
go Mel Gibson round. I reckon.
all right.
We're just talking about.
It's long, but we can skip ahead and go through
It's
different. parts.
35 minutes, cunt.
No, it's more than that because he's He's going off fucking for like hours, and they've just like brought it down. He just
Have you
calls her
got
a
some-
cunt like
have you got
every
some
2 minutes.
highlights?
Yeah, there's some fucking gold, but I didn't actually pick out any of the highlights, so I
Oh.
don't know. We'll just have to try
Did
and
you
find
listen to that whole thing?
it. Nah. I was just watching the Opie Anthony one, and they picked out all the bits that were the funniest bits.
Oh, really?
But it's just hilarious, man. Like he's like one bit, he's like they're talking about the jacuzzi for some reason. There's in the argument, and he goes, you have to blow me first, and he's like, you don't get in the jacuzzi until you've blown me. And he's getting hell angry at you fucking cunt. And I'm like, this is gold. It's so good.
Remember that photo of him and he was like on his kitchen floor eating hamburgers or something?
He went through a rough patch, didn't he?
He has a fucking like apartment that's hell close to where I'm staying in Sydney.
Does
Oh, yeah?
he?
Yeah, there's this
Still in Australia. then?
there's this thing called the Finger Wharf. I don't know if he's living there. He just owns it.
The Finger Wharf.
Yeah, it's opposite HMAS Cuttable in Sydney.
I know where that is.
Yeah, it's right near Harry de Wheels, which is like this famous fucking like food truck thing. It's shit. Don't go there. I was convinced by several people it was really good. It's fucking trash. Don't eat there. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, side note, he has this apartment there, and it's worth like $1 gajillion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So you'd
like
be a rich motherfucker.
there's a
that's-
hotel on the wharf as well. Like it's fucking wild.
And he
Yeah, it
probably
looks
never,
old
he's
as
probably
fuck,
never
but-
even there
Nah, never.
because he doesn't live in Australia, right? So
Well, if he was there, man, there'd just be people like posted up outside the thing, and there's literally like a fucking Navy bar across the road with just like dickheads like me drinking up front, being like, fucking cunt. And then Mel Gibson would be there, be paparazzi everywhere, and you'd just be like,
Yeah.
you'd be throwing phones at him and shit, you know?
Melanie Gibson.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing about the Mel Gibson thing all goes through in the set is the woman was this Russian like hot model, right? So his wife before that, she was all right. This is like his age, you know, just a decent sort of looking woman, and so he divorced her, and then so the next woman he gets is this smoking hot Russian bird, right? And like marries her or whatever the fuck, they had a kid or something. And like just from listening to it, you can tell she's a cold-hearted fucking bitch. Eh? Like for starters, she recorded the conversations and then
Yeah.
leaked them. So you know that tells you all you need to know. Also,
The
she's
junk.
Russian, so she has no soul.
Yeah.
So like,
The soul got put
Now-
in the gulag.
oh, dude, it's hectic. So anyway, let's listen to some of it.
They bought the soul at birth. Like, give me that.
Sounds Aussie.
He does.
Yeah.
He gets so angry.
If you get raped by what? Go
My niggas. Man, in the whole thing, he says kikes, niggers, fucking spicks. Like he goes through every single race. It's hilarious.
Go back 10 seconds real quick. Bro, you don't need highlights for this. All 35 minutes is
Yeah.
pure gold.
Like, it is, man.
Pure
I was
gold.
laughing all afternoon. Like it gets better. I'll just go random and see. He's fucking psycho. Eh? He's like full heavy breathing all the time and calls her a bitch and a cunt about a million times. And then he says, "Don't hang up. You fucking cunt. Don't hang up."
She was on the. Don't you dare hang up.
You gotta take it, bitch. I'll try to find a jacuzzi bit. It's fucking good. I like how he just discounts anything that he did that was bad. Oh,
Negative reaction is that. Oh, you're angry now.
oh, I broke your teeth. Oh. The jacuzzi bit's the best. I hope I can find it. It's right here. It's definitely a gold digger.
Oh, 100%. She's definitely a whore.
She's recording it. She's trying to say everything that's right.
Yeah, 100%. They were talking about that in the episode. They were like, she's done this calculated. Like,
Yeah, it's
she's
to take
being-
his money.
yeah, she's being really like calm. Notice she never raised her voice because she
Yeah.
knows she's recording it.
Yeah.
So everything she does is like, how can I incriminate this guy? He doesn't need any pushing.
And
She-
the fact
she
the
probably-
fact that she remains calm is what's going to tick him off even more. Because
Yeah,
you know
fuck
sometimes
yeah.
you just want someone to react, so you just go a little bit harder.
Yeah.
She probably
Yeah.
wound him up before she started recording too.
Yeah, probably.
You know, she's
By
probably
not sucking his
messaging him.
dick for
She's like,
ages.
Yeah.
you got a small dick. Record.
But you can tell he's just like at his wit's end.
Oh,
He's
man.
just been pushed
It's
over. Yeah.
breakdown, eh? Like it sounds like he's about to fucking kill himself.
Was it him that threw the phone? At
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Russell Crowe.
I was too.
Yeah. You didn't give me a penny. Why? Why do you deserve it?
I need to find the fucking jacuzzi bit.
What? Go back to that. Did he say you gave me nothing but a pussy son? That's what he said,
Who gave me a pussy son?
Yeah.
What did he say then?
He gasped. He's like, oh.
He's ruthless.
Oh man, so good. It's fucking
Imagine
excellent.
this: you're in Sydney and you're like, "Oh, we'll go down the Finger Wharf. It'll be nice." And he's on his balcony just screaming this
Suck
shit.
my cock. Come up here and
Suck my cock, and you're like, "Yes, Mel. Yes,
I
Mel."
like how
Okay,
he
Melanie.
gets so angry and he goes, I deserve to be blown before the jacuzzi. And everyone's like, that's fair. Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I paid for the jacuzzi.
He's way angrier than I expected. He's like
Yeah.
losing his mind.
Yeah, yeah. But you know that she got him to that point. Like men don't get like that unless a woman just completely mentally fucks with you.
I think every bloke's experienced it before they got a decent missus.
Yeah.
Like dated a fucking crazy
Yep.
cunt that I was,
You don't
wa-
go
I was
as crazy
walking
as
down
him,
the
then,
street. Yeah,
You get a bit crazy and you're
No,
like,
but-
shit, I'm crazy. I better fucking get out of this.
they can push you to like to get so angry. Like I'm not an angry person, Jen, but they can push you. Everyone. I was walking down the street last week, and there was this girl just walking down. She was going crazy, like when they're psychotically screaming like like screaming as crazy as they can. And I was like, fuck, I remembered my ex missus used to get exactly like that. And it was like PTSD. I was like, oh, just the sound of it, man. Fucking great.
You should have
remember
gone
seeing
up to
this
her
on-
and king hit her, eh?
Oh, you just like
I remember
shut
seeing this
up,
this
you
guy.
cunt.
I was walking to get lunch, and there was a guy, and he was on his phone, and you could hear the girl through the phone like yelling and screaming. And he's like, "I'm just around the corner," like, and he's like, "Oh, this is where I am." And you could hear him say, like, her yelling, and then she walked around the corner, so they obviously fine. And she's just yelling at him, runs up to him, starts fucking slapping him and shit. And this guy's just taking it all, and I'm just there going, "What are you doing, man? Why are you
Hit her back.
doing this? Just say, don't fucking touch me again, cunt, or I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Stop yelling." Like, what happened to you, man?
Yeah.
Where's your balls
And
gone?
if you don't scream at someone, they won't scream back at you. Like, it never escalates.
Yeah.
If you start yelling at someone, no matter what, it just escalates straight away because it grates on everyone. Like, it's an annoying thing to hear, and it just makes.
But also, it
tensions-
arcs you up immediately. Like,
Yeah.
it's meant to get a reaction. Then they get the reaction, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're acting crazy," and you're like, "Are you fucking for real right now?"
Yeah.
It's shit like that obvious gaslighting. And it was just like, "I'm gonna punch this bitch in the mouth."
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I
but,
had
I mean,
that
women
with my
generally-
ex, man. My ex was like that, where she would like fucking go off, and then just fucking like once I like escalated, then she'd calm right down and then be like, "You're a crazy person." I'll be like, "You are a psycho.
That is
like, you're an
ultimate gaslight.
You're an actual psychopath. You're a sociopath. You have
Oh.
to win every scenario."
I think we
like-
just got booted or something. We just dropped like fucking half the amount of views in like half a second.
That's very manipulative doing.
Yeah.
If it's because of that video, bro.
Might be. Don't know.
But then again, that's not a televised thing, is it?
Nah, shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I mean, the main
Unreal.
reason women, like some women, probably most, have it in them to do it, but like, is because, and it's pretty obvious, is because they're physically not going to overpower you, so they have to use other tactics. So they use mental because that's what.
Yeah, but they've gotten too confident now, man. Where this whole like you can't hit a woman thing, and so they just like start wailing on you.
Yes,
And
that's
it's
true.
like, I actually had this conversation with Jess the other day, and like we were just fucking around in the bedroom, like just, you know, playing silly buggers. And then I don't know how we even got onto the conversation, but I was just like, if you ever hit me for real, like I was like, don't think that you're gonna get away with that. And she was just like, what? And I was like, if you like hit me for real, I was like, I will fucking flatten you. And she's just like, what? You can't do that. And I was like, watch me. I was like, watch it happen. That will definitely happen. Don't.
You'll,
I was like,
you'll be walking
no
out
matter-
looking like a raccoon.
Yeah, I was like, no matter how heated it gets, if you ever throw a fist, I was like, the last chick you threw a fist, I ducked it and walked away. But I've hit a point in my life where if that fist connects, I'll punch you straight in the fucking uterus and you will never give birth. Ever. And your whole existence will become useless.
It's a bit like that the older you get. I thought, yeah, there were times up speaking about my ex missus that she'd be going crazy, and you're like, I should have hit her.
Give her a little slap.
But in reality, you should just never, like, if you were smart enough, you would have just never let it got to that situation. You would just left.
Yeah,
you know?
just punch them first.
Yeah, that.
Before they escalate, just fucking floor them.
When you're
And they'll
younger,
be like, what happened? And be like, I heard your pitch go up like this much.
I had to hit you.
I had to fucking
there you
I had
go.
to settle down the situation.
But like,
You're
can
real
just-
quiet after I knocked you out.
You can just like, you know, when you're young, you just hang around and cop that shit.
Yeah.
You just,
Oh,
but then
yeah, that's
you just
what
like, why didn't I just at the first sign of that craziness just be like, see ya? Because when you break up with those sort of people and you start to get gaslighted into believing that
You're the problem. Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're like that and you're argumentative and like they try and gaslight you into making it a we problem instead of theirs. And then when you leave, you realize you never argue with anyone ever. And then you get a nice missus, you never argue with them ever.
Yeah.
I've had several nice misses and that never argue with. They're just nice people, you know.
Yeah.
Never argue with Laura ever, you know. So and
Sure, you've had disagreements about
but
things.
disagreements, but never raise the voice. And most
Yeah,
of the
okay.
time, like, just can't be asked, you know.
Yeah, true.
But there's always disagreements. But it's the same as with your friend. Like, you know, you have a disagreement, but you don't start fucking going crazy
Yeah.
at each other. Or
Don't ya?
generally you get along.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's something. And I guess the other thing, like, I remember I had a missus when I was like 19 or something, and she was fucking crazy. And because I was only 19, I'm like, oh, you know, I'll try and work around this and like teach her to not be such a fucking crazy bitch.
Like
Whereas
a
now-
project.
Yeah, like a project. But now you just be like, don't have time for that shit.
Now you just
Yeah.
leave her out in the project,
Yeah.
drop her off, see ya.
Yeah, you don't want to have to work on some fucking chick to make her decent, you know. Like,
It's also
some other
anyone
dude
in,
fucked them over, and now it's your problem.
and I don't
Oh,
even.
but-
It's not even that, bro. Like it's not even you. They always want to act like it was because of their ex-boyfriend, but then you learn quickly that they were most likely a dude like you, and they were doing the same thing instead of taking responsibility for their own actions and looking inward. They're like, whose problem is it? It's someone. They did this to me. That's why I am the way I am. It's like that's what pedophiles say, bitch.
To be honest, man, like a lot of chicks do that though, where they bring in past relationships into the present one, and they're like, "You're just gonna do this," and it's just like, well, I don't even know you properly yet. You don't even know me. We were like 3 months in, and you think I'm an asshole. I'm like, I'm not the guy you used to date. Like, I've always that's always bothered me when you meet a chick, and then they're just like, instantly when they give you that vibe, you're just like, either sort that shit out now, or this is done.
Yeah.
Like you
Or
need
take that baggage, check it in on a flight, and
fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like that, when the right person comes along, you can work through shit like that, and you know, and that's fine. But yeah, if there's not like instant chemistry and they fucking start bringing in past shit, you're just like, oh, see you later, jog on, cunt.
I can't be asked with
Yeah.
anyone that tries to put their problems on you.
Yeah.
Tries to say, oh, you know, tries to.
That was like that
include you.
fucking crazy bitch I brought to Bulwer that night. And she started slamming all your doors and shit because she heard me bitching about it to Jake through the bathroom.
That's
She's like,
right.
I heard everything you said. What have you to say for yourself? And I was like, you heard it already. I was like, you just told me that you heard what I said. And she's just like, yeah, what are you going to say for that? And I was just like, nothing. You already heard it. I was just like, well, there's
Did
no
I kick
coming-
her
there's-
out for slamming
there's
my
no,
doors?
I'm not going to try and like simp my way through this. You fucking heard what I said. So what are you going to do about that? And she's like, I'm leaving then. And I was like, all right, see ya. And then she like slammed the back door. And because I didn't like immediately run after her, she just like found every other door in your house and pretty much lifted it off its hinges. And then she fucked off. And I just sat there and just kept drinking. I literally didn't get out of a chair. I was like, bye. And then fucking like 5 minutes later, she called me and she's like, where are you? And I was like, I'm exactly where you left me. And she's just like, why haven't you come like chased after me? I was like, well, you're pretty much done, eh? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, see ya.
Yeah.
Like, it's done.
It's
It's
like,
done
don't
then.
slam my doors, you fucking whore.
It's very.
Yeah, this is a rental, bitch. Like, I'm gonna pay. Like,
Yeah.
I'll lose my security. Like,
Slam if you're gonna slam your head into a wall. If you're gonna slam something,
slam your foot on the accelerator
Yeah,
and take it off Sterling Bridge.
Said had an ex thrown hands, so ducked, got her back, put her in a rear naked choke. She
Oh,
went to sleep, woke up calm, little confused.
that's so good.
She woke up confused. She's like, "What? You're not allowed to do that." And he's like, "Did it? Did it though?"
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I had this chick. I was in fucking Costa Rica of all places, and I was using Tinder, and I matched this chick, and we'd been talking a little while. So I'm like, let's go on a date. So well, we didn't. It wasn't really a date. We went to this nightclub with a bunch of other people, and she was fucking great. Everything was going good. The shots there were like $2 a fucking shot of
Nice.
fireball.
That was the down. That was when she took a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
Cheap shots.
It was ridiculous.
Any
eh?
chick that's like shots,
Yeah.
get away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the worst.
Yeah.
And
Which is
so
all of them.
and then we went to there was like this casino, and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this casino." I'm like, "All right, sweet." So we go to this casino, and we walk in, and I go, "Oh, I'll get some like some money for the games and shit." I go, "Do you just wait here?" And then she got super angry, just like, "Fucking don't tell me to fuck it." And I go, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" It must have been like a
I'm about to give
Language.
you free money.
like some kind of a language barrier or something. I think she was like, thought that I was like telling her to sit down and shut up. I was like, I don't know. I just said, just wait here. That's literally all I said. And then she went
was
fucking
sassy.
mental. And I was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm leaving. And I just fucking walked out the front door. And she comes running out. And she's like, where are you going? I go, I'm not hanging around.
Away from you.
Yeah, I'm going. She's like started crying and shit. And I'm like,
I love when they think the waterworks are gonna work.
yeah.
Right, they're down to their last card. And then they start crying, and you're just like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to start running then."
Yeah.
They're like, are you kidding me? You thought tears was going to fix this, dude? I'm
Yeah.
so gone.
yeah.
See ya.
Well, I'd already had it
Yeah.
in my head. I'm like, that's it. Like, if you just snap and twist like that quickly, like
Yeah.
you're a fucking psycho. I don't want
Snap
to be.
and twist her head off.
And so I'm just like, you're fucking crazy, bitch. I'm going. So I fucking get in the cab, and she starts calling me and shit. And then like, she
Block
walks
her
in-
You
number.
like met her like 2 minutes before.
yeah, I talked to her for probably a week, maybe, of texting, but and never actually met her.
I love it how all your stories of meeting chicks overseas is you just leaving them in random places. It's so good.
Hey, you want to go to Ubud? You're fucked. I'm out of here. Bye.
Oh, that fucking
You want to go to
bitch, yeah.
Uluwatu? Yeah, see you
Yeah.
later. Oh, you need a bike to get back? Well, it's my bike. So it looks like you're walking
Because
or
I just-
taking the bus.
I can't be fucked with that anymore. Like we said, like we're not gonna sit around and try and
No.
work it out and all that shit. I don't have
Yeah.
time for that shit.
That's why I find the waterworks thing so funny. When they're
Yeah.
like down to their last, like, they're like, this guy's going to leave. What do I do? And then they start crying, and you're just like, oh, wrong person. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do you think I want to deal with that?
Nah.
Fuck that.
I
I'm
think-
not 16 anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to console you in the hopes you're going to suck my dick because we all
You
know
don't care.
it doesn't happen. No, they don't. They're just like, you're so nice. I consider you such a good friend. And you're
That's
like,
true.
fuck.
Yeah. You're right.
Done.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I should have hit you.
But I think South
I just should have
American.
put my dick in your mouth while you're crying, and maybe you're confused enough to just be like, oh, brilliant, and it's on.
I think that's the downside of like South American girls. I think they're banging hot and they got ridiculous asses, but
Oh,
like,
they're-
they're fiery as fuck.
I think that they're also very they expect a lot out of bloke. Like they're very
Yeah.
needy. Like they expect all
Yeah.
your undivided attention.
Yeah, that's it.
From what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're very jealous and shit as well. So
Yeah.
I think
what
that's
happens.
but I guess maybe that comes from the traditional values that European because they
Yeah, I
have an
know.
idea, but they are very much like that, eh?
Yeah.
Whereas actually, to be honest, Italian chicks are kind of the opposite.
Are they?
Yeah. Italian chicks, like
Never dated an
Italian
Italian chick.
dudes, are actually the most chauvinistic
Oh yeah.
pigs out there, which is hilarious. But like the women just accept it, like you know, they just that's the way he is. They'll just be walking around their cock jocks, fucking just being a complete cunt. The women just like at home cooking joy meals and being a slave, basically.
I'm moving to Italy.
Yes, Italy, wogs.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's where we got it from.
Yeah, probably got some of it from there for sure. I had this chick, like, I guess you would call it gaslighting. I don't even know what you call it. The other night, I matched her on a dating app or something. We were talking for a bit, and I'm like, "Oh, we should probably catch up then." And she's like, "Seem keen." And then she goes, and then she said like something sexual. She's like, "Oh, are we gonna go home and fuck or some shit like that afterwards or something?" And I was like,
Yeah, if you want.
"That's a bit weird." And I was like, "Oh, look."
I'm a Christian.
I said,
You're
"Oh,
like, do you see this? This is a promise ring. It means that I'm celibate until we're married.
I said, oh, something
I
like,
only fuck boys.
It's just the best because you would never turn anyone down for fucking.
oh no, well,
You're like, oh,
Unless she's
how dare
Aussie.
you ask me? Do you think
Yeah.
I have no morals? You're like,
Yeah.
Yes, you're a whore.
no, I said something like, I think I said something like, oh, well, let's just go out first, and then yeah, sure, we'll see what happens. And then she goes, oh, I don't think I want to meet you now. And I go, why? And she goes, because you just want sex. And I just went,
What?
I don't really.
Hang on. So she says, "Are we gonna fuck?" And then
Yeah,
you
'cause-
say, "Let's just go out first." And then she's
But I still said I would. But I said like, oh, let's just have a date first, like joking
so
around.
she set you up.
She set me up, and she
Yeah.
tried to do it more than once. And I just eventually I just said, you know what, I'm not really keen anymore. Thanks anyway. Like, nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
And she's
Fucking
like,
crazy.
like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're playing games. I don't want to do
Yeah.
this. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to
How
get.
weird
Do
is that?
you
she
want to
didn't-
catch up or do you not want to catch
Yeah.
up? If we end up fucking, great. If we don't, not
So
great.
she had
but whatever.
no idea. She's like, what did I just do that was weird? Acting
She
like
didn't
a
seem-
crazy ass whore.
She didn't seem to have an idea. And then she
Yeah.
started blaming it on some dude she was dating.
That
or
is
something.
gaslighting, bro. That's a hundred.
Yeah.
Dude, the conversation's not sexual at all. She makes it sexual.
Yeah.
You respond because like that's the game.
And you're
And
a
then
dude.
she's just like, oh, actually, I don't think I'm keen anymore. Like you just want one thing. It's just like you suggested it.
That's what I
She's
said.
like,
You fucking
said you
suggested
you're
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, the sky's blue. And she's like, oh, my pussy's dripping wet. Do you want to fuck the shit out of me? And you're like,
Maybe.
oh, all right. And she's like, oh, my goodness, you pig. How dare you?
But I mean, like that just saved me a lot of trouble, right? Because if
Yeah.
I'd not done and thought, oh, that's nothing, or whatever, like you're just gonna shoot yourself in the
Dude,
foot further
I
down the
don't
line.
know.
She should shoot herself in the head.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a single man now.
Nah, it's fine.
Not at this age, because all the single women
Yeah.
that are my age
They're
or
idiots.
older,
Yeah.
they're idiots. They're brainwashed, and they're all just like, "Yeah, get it, girl. Like my career." And I'm just like, "You're a nurse."
They have to move to Italy.
And they're like, "Yeah, my career." I'm like, "You earn $45,000 a year, and you work hell dog shit shift hours." Like, no, not your career. Like, you don't have a choice.
a career is when you're a CEO on like $1 million. a year.
Nursing, like, it's a job, but I wouldn't go as far as to call it career.
I
Like,
mean,
I've worked with tradies before that are like, yeah, my career. And I'm just like, bro, you're a Sparky. Fucking relax.
yeah.
Okay. just whoa.
Any
It's
job
like
where you want to
You're
spend
a cable
longer,
monkey, bro. You're slinging cable.
any
You're a
job where you
monkey.
want to spend a lot of time
Chill
in the
out.
toilet is not a career.
Yeah.
exactly.
But dude, like the funny thing is how society's painted this idea that having a career is an amazing life.
No,
It's
not.
horrible. The
Yeah.
smart people work hard to work less.
Yeah.
They don't work hard to keep working. The people that just keep working are usually people that just have no idea about anything else in life.
Pretty
or,
much.
No,
or
I-
their marriage sucks.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
openly talked to heaps
Or
of
they're a
tradies like this.
psychopath.
No, like older tradies, like 50, 55, and they fucking they'll work like 10-hour, 12-hour days when it's going, Saturdays, Sundays.
Because they don't want to go
because
home.
they literally don't want to go home
Ugh.
because they
What a
fucking
shit life.
hate their home life.
Yeah, I knew
And
guys like
I
that.
was just like, I just said to him, I was just like, you just need to fucking divorce them.
Well, there's
And
another.
they're like,
there's
oh
another
yeah,
one.
but then like it causes all these problems. I'm like, what? So you're just gonna live a shit life? Because I was like, dude, it might cost you some money, but the amount of OT you fucking work, you'll make it back like that, and then you can chill out and just fucking do whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's
just be
another
a
one.
fucking
Tra-
single
the-
Transfer
guy.
all your assets into your mother's name.
And then
Divorce her.
divorce
There's
her.
another. There's another. Oh, who was it? Were we talking about it? There's a state in America. Who said this story?
No, we were talking
It-
about last week, man.
It was
this
Puerto
dude.
Rico or something.
There's a
wasn't it?
country where you can divorce your wife and it only requires
It was
one
somewhere
party.
in the
so it's-
Caribbean.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Oh,
was
South
talking about
America,
that?
wasn't it? And
Oh, yeah, it
just
was.
South America.
Yeah.
We were talking about on the pod
Ecuador.
last.
Where we?
Yeah, because it's a reel that I found. We were talking about on the Patreon.
Oh yes, that's
So
right.
for the listeners who don't have Patreon, get Patreon because we talk about how hectic shit on Patreon. Same shit.
So hectic.
Oh, it's
Hectic
crazy.
as,
Oh,
man.
it's
Fucking
exclusive, crazy content, man.
Wait,
Well,
Mentox
we're
fucking
content.
shit.
We're content creators, bruv. All right, and it's
Yeah.
like hectic. Nah. So we're talking about this dude, and basically he married this chick, and then they were married for 20 years, and he would have been like in his 50s, right? And she was like 30 or something, and then she got to 50, and she was like, "Fuck this cunt, I'm out." And tried to went to divorce him, and found out that they were already divorced because
Fuck it.
he took her on a honeymoon to this country where you only need one person to file divorce, and it's like recognized internationally, obviously.
And he
or
did it
something.
right at the start or something, didn't he?
He did it on their honeymoon.
I guess what
So
you-
he married her, and then a week
What a
later,
fucking
he's like,
legend.
nah, see ya. But then stayed with her for 20 fucking years, and then because he said the only reason he did it because he knew that one day she was going to try and divorce him and take all his shit, and so then she divorced him. and he's just like,
I
see you
missed that
later.
bit.
yeah, no, he that's the
He
only
did it
reason.
a week after the wedding.
He did it on their honeymoon, man.
And
He,
stay
he,
with her
he
for
took
20
her
years.
to the country where you can do this on their honeymoon, and
You
was
should
just
just
like,
do the wedding.
"I love you
there,
so
eh?
much. I can't wait to
As soon as
spend the
she
rest."
writes
Of
it just right next to it. Prenup.
No, dude, he was
Jokes.
he was no, it was him.
Lol.
He's like, I had my fingers crossed behind my back the whole
No,
time.
it was
we were getting
it was
married, bitch.
Aladdin, bro. It was dictation. It was Aladdin. He took her to
Aladdin.
this place, and then he gets there, and they're like, "Are you married?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm married." Aladdin. Like, yeah. Fucking cut it. Yeah, literally, man. And so she went to divorce him, and he was like, "We're already divorced. I divorced you 19 years ago."
Fucking.
So
dude.
like, it
then
must
she
be
got
like
nothing.
it must
Bill
be
Gates
like
should've
when
done
you get married. Yeah. It must be like when you get married, you can register that marriage
about
in
the-
your own country when you get home. So it must be like that. You can get the divorce, and because you've already got it officially, you can go and register it You
Well,
know?
maybe he got someone from that country to actually do the wedding in another country, and then when he went back, like, 'cause surely you can do that, right? People go to Bali and get married, but the marriage is recognized as an Australian
Yeah, but
marriage.
they usually get married here, so that's what I did back when I was hell smart and did that brilliant thing. You get married in America, you got to go and register it with the Australian government.
Yeah.
So it's like a certificate.
Yeah. So that's probably what happened, right? Is that he either took someone who could register it in this country where you could divorce them immediately, or he just never took it to the right embassy there and then just took all the paperwork to this place and was like, fucking get rid of this shit for me. And they did. It's pretty smart. Like, if you're shitting money and you know you're going to get fucked, why not? Let her live the dream for 20 years, and then when she decides to pull the pin, be like, haha, knew it. I fucking knew it, you bitch.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then call her
statistically,
and give her a Mel Gibson fucking bollocking. You know?
you fucking cunt, blow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. But I mean,
James goes-
fucked by a bunch of.
statistically,
James
it's
goes
going to
in
happen to every
Thailand.
fucking man. So you might as well just fucking do it straight away.
Well, just don't get married.
Just don't get
Simple as
married.
that.
Yeah.
Dude, you're on holiday and you're watching this podcast. What is wrong with
And
you?
he's getting a rip star. How many rip stars have you had so far? And send photos.
Enjoy your holiday, bro.
Nah, watch us. Watch us.
That's so
Well,
ridiculous.
fucking, I was
He's a
still doing it
simp
when
for
I was
this
there.
podcast, eh?
I like it. Keith,
There's a few people going in Thailand. Dan's going this Friday.
I saw that.
German Dan.
Too many minutes.
He's going to Phuket. He
Needs
likes
to get
Phuket.
rip
eh?
started.
He likes
Dude,
Phuket.
have you seen Big D's comment? Had a fling with a Spanish Sheila years ago. Sex was absolutely mind blowing and could suck starter Harley. She was way too fiery, and luckily her work visa expired and she went home.
Oh, he
Nice.
sucks starter Harley. So
Big D's in that generation where they just got these one liners that are so fucking good, eh? So good. It's the forehead generation.
It's a forehead generation.
James has been there half a day and his asshole's ruined.
Doesn't take long.
New
But
starts
you
are
don't have
cheap
to
as fuck.
tell fucking Drew half. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had
Drew
this
has
thing,
to do Kegels for his asshole, so the shit
I
doesn't
saw
just
this.
fucking
I
fall
saw this
out.
thing the other just
When
before
your
I got
shits
here.
fall out and you get home from Thailand, it's like that. It's like plump out of your ass in one.
I saw this video just before on Pattaya again, and they keep raiding these nightclubs to try and like catch people with drugs and shit. And so they raided this one that was supposedly for like Chinese, and they thought they would get like heaps of drugs and guns and shit, and they got nothing. The whole club, no one had any fucking drugs or anything. And
I
they
guess
just
they've
so they
learned
They just got mahjong tables, and they're like, "Fuck."
And so they just wasted their fucking time, and they kept everyone in a nightclub. Imagine that you're in a nightclub, and the cops come in, seal the place off, and you're not allowed to leave till they've searched every single person in there.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Fuck, it's funny those countries like Thailand, Indonesia, all
Go on,
that.
give us an egg.
They love train wrecking their own tourism industry. They don't care.
Yeah,
Just to make an example or to keep their fucking pride, they'll go and just fuck everyone over. Like in Gili Island. They just went and they're like, oh, you're not allowed to have bars on the beach. They've been there for fucking years, and
Really?
they go and they took the military and just bowled them all over, demolished the buildings.
Really?
Yeah, there was we knew this dude. It was one of my mate's friends, and we were over there. He had this wicked, it was sick, man. It was like 2 stories. The top bar was on the beach sand looking out over the water, and it was like a hula boola style bar, like
yeah,
jungle.
nice tiki and
Just like it was just a party.
Did they pay him
packed.
money for it? Or?
No, he owned the bar and he just lived there and ran this bar, and he'd walk around bare feet, just pouring booze in your mouth. It was just a wild party. And then they came in and just demolished it. They don't give a fuck that it's your business.
Fuck.
It brings heaps of tourism in. They demolish them all. And they're just like, well, yeah, you're not allowed
on what
to,
premise?
that you're not allowed to build on the beach.
Yeah, right.
But they do
okay.
that in lots of places in Bali, so Gili must.
But
No, I
if you
think it's
pour
just like
concrete,
the-
it's not beach anymore.
I mean,
I
there's
think it's like
literally
a
bar
certain-
the
called
Italians are
Sandbar.
there. The Italians are there. They're like, Concrete.
Concrete.
Oh, concrete.
See, now where you went wrong here, you were meant to put the fucking tile and the concrete down there.
Yeah.
You'd have
You
no
see
problem, mate.
this sand, you take the sand, you turn it into concrete,
Concrete.
you pour the concrete. You want concrete
No
dunes?
fucking worries,
Concrete
mate.
dunes, man.
They fucking leave you alone. No fucking worries, mate.
$10,000, I'll turn all these dunes into concrete. Right?
So,
But like, it's funny they don't care. Like that just completely ruins their, all these businesses, the tourism, fucks everyone over on the
Yeah.
island, and they're like, no, and they let it go on forever, and then one day they're like, no, you know what?
But the Balinese are stoked to have a shitty fucking bar job because it's more than they'll get doing anything else.
Yeah, get tips and fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, there's heaps of. I mean, there's a bar in Canggu. It's called Sandbar. It's literally on the beach, and they have like
Not
hundreds
anymore,
of
it's
people
not.
fucking just fucking cracked off their head, fucking dancing around all
Do
night.
they have different? I think each island does have different laws. 'Cause
Maybe.
I think it's a lot based on religion, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well,
like-
yeah. I don't know. It's the Muslims that cause the problems.
But they,
What?
They
yeah.
said the actual.
Because they want to push their shit on everyone
That's why
else.
they don't like building on the sand because they're like, sand is very sacred to us. Do not build on it.
just everything. That's that.
Yeah.
I think that but they sent the military in, so that would have been an Indonesian
Jesus.
government thing.
Yeah, right.
So it's funny
A
though.
little bit excessive.
Yeah,
I don't think you need an AK
I
strapped to you
mean-
to like operate a bulldozer.
Dude, there's
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure now Indonesia is the only country in the world where you still need the vaccine certificate to get in.
Oh yeah, well,
'Cause America stopped
America
it.
just got rid
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
And there was only like a couple of others left.
What about Israel?
We're next.
Maybe.
We're fucking close. We're probably already still there.
Yeah, they dude.
How
How's
fucking crazy is
so?
that?
How's
You still
like?
need jabs for jobs here, man.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do,
so
over east. Yeah, you do.
Teresa, Jess's mum, she's been really ill recently and she just had a gallbladder removed, thankfully. So finally she's on the mend with her health. And the next step is to get her working again. And she applied for a few jobs around town, and one of them was just like, yeah, you need to be fully vaccinated, which is 3 jabs, or they won't
Ugh.
hire you.
It's
Yeah.
weird. I was listening to Tripoli today, an American podcast, but he was sort of saying they were talking about this and saying,
Sam
yeah,
Tripoli?
yeah,
Yeah.
and saying how they've completely got rid of it and it's
Mm.
fucking over now. And he's like, no one's even talking. No one's been talking about this for ages. And I
Yeah.
was thinking, I literally saw a couple of days ago, coronavirus, whatever strain is starting to pick up, speed and people are getting sick. It's like, we are a fucking joke. to
Dude,
the world.
they're
like-
talking about it here now. So they're saying their biggest gripe at the moment is flu vaccination is like the worst it's ever been in WA.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one's getting them.
No one's getting it. And
Good.
then they'll just like, we're looking into coming into a really dangerous season of winter. We've got influenza. We've got a new strain of COVID. And then some other fucking thing I've never heard of in my life. So it's just like, okay, so the one I've never heard of, clearly not very infectious because otherwise it'd be fucking mainstream news. COVID, no one cares about. Influenza, no one fucking cares about.
No
so
one's
no
ever
one
cared.
cares. No one
I
cares.
mean, they did it to themselves.
no
right?
one needs to be vaccinated.
Now no one
All
trusts
good.
them.
It's
It's their fault. They fucking did it.
no shit.
Yeah.
you
fuck it.
wonder how successful that would be if they tried it again, because they're going to.
No.
That is their
Yeah.
plan.
Well, it sounds to me like they'll have to wait another 100 years.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to until we die,
But
Like,
dude,
which is a while still.
in
um,
Australia though, all it takes is a little bit of threatening people, and they'll just do it.
Yeah. Well, so
legit.
the latest thing now, we're at the point where all these people that realize that either they were complicit in it and they knew, or they didn't know, but what they've said is recorded somewhere. They're all trying to weasel their way out of having pushed it and done all this shit. And all these leaders are doing it. Trudeau was the one. I got
Oh,
the fucking,
dude! So apparently,
got
in
the
a
video of
French
that one.
court, they're trying to say that if you are dying or get sick, it's basically suicide because you knew the. They're trying to claim that it's suicide, that it's killing yourself.
Yeah, there's
and
heaps of those
it's
coming out now.
self-inflicted.
Listen to this, man. What-
Dude,
just listen.
how the fuck is contracting something self-inflicted?
No, if you got the jab and you're dying, so you can't get paid out. They're trying to say,
Hang on. So if you have an adverse reaction to the
yeah,
jab,
they're trying to say the court. They're trying to say
They're
that
trying
that
to
it's
take it off.
suicide.
They're trying to take it off the government.
Why the fuck was that not an option when you got the jab? We're like, listen, you can get the jab to keep your job, or you can get the jab and kill yourself because it might kill you.
Yeah, I think that
actually wild.
They are held
Yeah, it's fucking
desperate.
crazy. And this is a good example.
Who
of
the
one.
fuck is gonna believe that or buy into that?
Well,
You're gonna be like, I'm still suing the pants off. you.
listen
Like,
to this one.
give me my money.
But
My
then
life-
that's more. I've
Goes for a
seen
little
this
while, but-
today. Back the nation. Look at how he sits. Fucking faggot.
oh,
He's always acting, man. Apparently, there's no
Hold on,
sound
hold on.
on the video, Drew.
What?
Hey, just pause it. There's no sound on the video.
There should be.
Apparently. Hang on.
can you just finish?
There's not
it?
much
'Cause
I can do about
was,
it.
I was listening.
Well, I'll just pull this up and I'll see.
There should be.
Just
I'm not
post
sure.
post the link in the comments. People want to watch it.
Oh yeah. False.
False.
Yeah, false. It wasn't. Well, why did you do the opposite?
Not forcing anyone. Okay.
You had a mandate.
Incentives.
Oh, my goodness. It's not an incentive. It's a threat.
Mm. You want these chips? These chips are so delicious. Remember that? If you get vaccinated, you can get free chips from White
Yeah,
Castle.
the donuts and that.
Fuck off, gun. Just fuck off.
Yeah. So
If
they
you're
obviously-
vaccinated, you get a free pint. Cool. So I can die faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
So
like
the alcohol
I hope
can
there
was
like,
sound
fucking
on the
side effect
fucking,
and knock me out faster.
that, honestly, the fact that he fucking said that, we had incentives. We didn't make anyone. We had incentives. It's the same thing. I'm going to put a gun in to your head and say, suck my dick, otherwise I'll kill you. Is that an incentive or is that force?
No,
at that
you
point?
chose to suck his dick. You could have chosen to die.
It's,
Oh,
but you
dude,
didn't.
that one.
people have had this, because even my mum has had this argument with me, man. And it's
I had
like-
this argument with my old
and
man
it's
as
like,
well.
it's like, oh, you chose not to. Yeah, you know how fucking hard it was for me, and for a lot of other people, that it was like impossible. I didn't have a family or whatever. For me, I could just be a stubborn cunt. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I wouldn't.
But
no
your
matter what.
your work situation lined up perfectly for it as well. And Drew obviously was already working for himself. Everyone else, man, like your choices were fucking slim.
Yeah, there wasn't.
The
it wasn't
job
a-
options you had, and then let's think about the number of people who chose not to do it and would have lost their job because of it. They took up all the jobs that were available.
It wasn't.
So it was a fucking death sentence either way.
it wasn't a choice.
It was not a choice.
That is
I had
not
this
an
conversation.
incentive.
I had
Sorry,
this
there's-
conversation with my old man where he's just like, yeah, but you can choose not to work by not getting it. And I was just like, that's not a choice though. I was like, you're literally being forced to not work if you don't get it. And he goes, yeah, but you chose to do that. And I'm like, the point is when the outcome is literally just like you're fucked regardless, that's not a choice.
Well, let's paint it the way it really
No,
is.
because a choice.
What it really was take the jab, otherwise we'll starve your family.
Yeah.
You won't be able to pay your rent, and you
Yeah,
won't be able
that's
to
right.
feed your family, and
Yeah.
they'll starve, and you'll starve. If
Yeah.
you don't have a
And
family,
also,
we'll
while
starve you.
all that's happening, all of a sudden, all the stock fucking markets are going down. All the food supply and all the supply for everything else is going down. So even if you do have $10, you can't buy anything with it because the shelves are fucking bare. It's
Everything.
like, yeah, brilliant, fantastic.
Oh man, he is.
And
It's
so
weird.
Fauci has some shit come that they've recently talked about as well, with him admitting that,
He's
like,
a fuckwit.
yeah, basically, yeah, like a lot of the shit that he was pushing was false. Turned out to now be false, which is
You know,
I just
it's
love
like,
this song.
no, everyone that was a conspiracy theorist was saying the exact thing
Mm.
that you're now saying, oh, it turned out to be false. No, it was a lie. There's a fucking difference. It didn't turn out to be false. It was a lie that you all covered up with the media, and
Yeah.
anyone that fucking argued with it or questioned it got
Yeah.
thrown out of society and ridiculed and,
Yeah.
and
But-
chastised.
The thing that bothers me the most with this, though, is the fact that people like this who push so hard for put mandates on people, force people to do something against their will, and now being like, well, of course, with every medical breakthrough, there's consequences, of course. And we're like,
yeah.
hey, we've been saying this from the get-go. And they're like, yeah, but you have to do the right thing. You chose to do the right thing, or you chose not to do it. It's like, no, but there was no choice. And we were fucking saying this from the start. That was the problem, was that no one trusted it.
You know, the weird thing about it too is if it was actually only about money, they would have just used, something that that they knew wouldn't harm that many people.
Mm.
That wasn't an experiment. That's the weird thing. There's clearly another agenda. Like, everyone has their ideas of what it was and what it is. But
If it was to actually save people's lives, it would have been like, we will pay you to get vaccinated. Do you want $100? $100. Go get vaccinated. They'll give you a fucking receipt. Take your receipt to a bank. This bank is lined up with the ATO. They will give you $100. Thank you for doing it, because it is the right thing to do. You need to do this. If it was actually legit, do you know what I mean? Like, if that's,
If it was actually legit,
without, yeah, not threaten you, but incentivize you with something that's actually like
Well,
going to be worth your fucking
they'd
while.
also be honest about it. They
Yeah.
wouldn't be all shady and like trying to hide what
Yeah.
it really is and lie to
if it
everyone.
was actually legit, you wouldn't have to persuade people,
Yeah,
because
it's
they would
true.
just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because people aren't
yeah.
stupid.
yeah, that's the man.
They're
No,
gonna
we
be
are.
like,
We're all idiots.
Well, I mean, there is a lot, obviously, that
You
that-
wouldn't also ban other treatments.
Yeah, that's true.
it.
If you actually wanted to find a treatment, you would be open to every
No, but
idea.
ivermectin's for horses, Josh.
Yeah,
They
It's
still
not
say
for
that, eh?
humans. It's for horses. You shouldn't take it, even though it's been proven that it actually is really good at combating
but it
COVID.
won like
And
4
then-
Nobel Peace
And then
Prizes.
they fucking brought out who was it? Was it fucking Pfizer, or someone was looking into the ivermectin cross with the COVID jab?
they were calling him Pfizer-Mectin.
That's right. Yeah.
They brought it out, bro. They
So
brought
they're
it.
like, don't take this. It's terrible for you. You're not meant to take it. By the way, have this hybrid version.
They
of the
have
same
that
thing.
thing called
No, give me the thing that's just the thing that works, not half your shit that doesn't work.
that thing called Paxlovid or something, and it was
Yeah.
a pill.
I think the
but it was
biggest problem
really
is
dangerous.
like, how do you? I mean, I'm not surprised that people don't want to get the flu vaccine, because how do you trust anything anymore now? Like, how government related?
And
Like,
also,
I can't trust anything.
It's also come out about everything, because now the truth actually can come to the surface a lot easier than, because remember before,
Yeah, 'cause
I've
of the
never
internet.
heard of the flu vaccine injuring anyone ever.
Never.
Now it's like, oh, there's been people that have had their whole lives destroyed forever, like since they've been doing this shit. It's actually
Yeah.
quite dangerous.
But also, what's stopping them from saying the flu vaccine is just like a regular old flu vaccine, and it's actually mRNA?
Yeah.
and it's gonna
Probably
fucking.
You ain't taking any fucking jabs. You don't want to take any pharmaceuticals as little
You
as
just
possible.
can't trust them.
Yeah,
They're not
you
going
do.
to tell
That's
you.
true.
If you rock up to a fucking pharmacy and you're like, oh, I'm here to get my flu shot, they'll just be like, cool, no worries. If you were like, what's in it? They'll be like, it's just a flu shot. No. Is it mRNA now, or is it this one? Like,
Well, I mean, that
how's it
gets
made?
into
And then they'll just be like, oh, this they'll just
that
lie
gets
to you.
into
They- they are
the whole
mRNA
food
now.
production thing that they're talking about with mRNA.
Yeah, putting
They
in
probably won't
beef.
have to tell you that.
Yeah.
Why
gonna be
are
in the
they
food.
so obsessed with it?
Well, because in theory, it could be groundbreaking in theory, but it's always only ever been theory
But
until
the
COVID
theory,
happened.
but also their theory relies on that they're right about the theory of how our immune systems work, or what if they even are that. That like they seem to be completely
I
wrong
think-
about the way our bodies work.
I think it's because like with anything, like talk about cancer or something, it's a holistic approach to fix it. It's not a take this vaccine, take this pill, and you're going to be fixed. It doesn't work that way because you didn't get to that position simply. It was like a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of conditions that happen, genetics, other things that made you get
Food,
cancer.
like diet,
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
surroundings.
So it's the only way that I've seen where people have come back from it, and my mum's one of them, is change your diet, do the right exercise things, take the right supplements if there is, try different therapies, all of that combined, that will help to some level.
My old man was the same. So like with his cancer, obviously when they treated him, he went through hospital and all that. But his post cancer, he's like, he does dry July. He cleans up his drinking, loses a lot of weight in that month every year. Got fit. Like he was always a little bit pudgy, and he's probably the leanest he's ever been his whole fucking life since cancer, because he knows now he's got to look after his body.
Yeah. Okay.
And like that is the holistic approach, you know. It's like he does other things.
That's the only one that works, really.
Literally, man.
Like the drugs don't.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, chemo will work.
What's happened with his cancer treatment? He had radiology, and they zapped one side of his fucking head, and then he had blood clotting in one of the arteries, and he was having mini strokes because it just destroyed, dude. And it's like grey matter. They opened him up to put a stent in
his
and
brain.
No. It was in like the second time was in his jaw, and when they zapped him, they zapped like his neck and the side of his face. And so all of that is like, it looks grey because of the radiation. Like there's no coloring to it whatsoever.
It's like cooked meat.
Yeah, literally. And so when they opened him up, the surgeon was like, I don't know which one is his blood vein. And a plastic surgeon had to come in and be like, it's that one. Because plastic surgeons can work on bodies that have been modified that look not normal and not natural. And like that's why they're paid more, because they know what's up in that regard.
That's a cock.
Yeah,
it didn't used to be there.
Wait, they're just like, you see those two things on the front? They're tits, and they're like, no, we want a blood vein. He's just like, oh, fucking, I'm out of here then. Like, so, but legit, like it's yes, it saved his life, but it caused other problems. But the cancer hasn't reoccurred because he's been looking after himself ever since.
I think more than ever now too, you really have to look after yourself to A, stay out of the hospitals, and B, just stay off pharmaceutical drugs. Like even with Laura's mum, man, like she has dementia bad now, but basically even when she was younger, Laura was saying that the doctor said that stop taking these like she was on Panadine Forte and taking a lot every day for 13 years. And he was like, you can't do that because you'll get dementia or Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And she has. And it is that because it cooks your brain. Nothing they give you, or not nothing. They do have some good things, but most of the things are Band-Aids that will eventually destroy you.
Yeah.
And now it seems
but
like
they're Band-Aids with strings attached. They're Band-Aids that come with other issues, man. That's the fucking problem.
Pretty much always.
Like, you end up with a fucking codeine dependency, and then you're a fucking opioid addict, or it affects your sleep, and then you have issues with dementia, because that's a big one with opioids. Dude, sleep is like the leading cause of dementia.
Yeah,
lack of sleep. So like, if you have an opioid dependency and you've got the fucking sweats and you need to take Panadine Forte, there's obviously issues with that. 13 years, man, you're gonna have a fucking dependency on that shit. So you'd have to wean the body off it, and then you might get your regular sleep back. But the sleep, and then obviously the drug abuse inadvertently, you know, she's just doing what she's been told to do.
Just like
except for obviously this doctor, but like other doctors would have been like, you need to fucking do this, rah, you got pain. Rah, rah.
I think we're just not designed for that. What the medications? That's not what your body
drug
wants.
intervention.
It's like I always could just picture like an orange or a vitamin C tablet.
Yeah.
And you're like, everyone knows which one's better for you.
Yeah.
No one's taking the vitamin C tablet because there's something missing from the vitamin C tablet that the orange has. And it might be the synergy of all the other things that are in the vitamin in the orange, like it might be traces of iron and other things that the vitamin C doesn't have, but there is something missing.
The main thing with that is fiber.
Okay.
So like,
I'm sure there's a lot of things.
Well, like people are like, oh, if you juice your own fruit, it's good for you because, you know, you're juicing like organic fruits and rah.
And you're
Dude,
getting
no.
more.
It's way fucking worse for you because when you eat that sugar, you need the fiber
And it's
content.
slow release, isn't it?
Yeah, and it also
yeah,
with the fiber, your body actually digests it and processes the sugar better. Where if you just drink it, it doesn't know what to do with it as well, and it just fucks you up. It's like you might as well just fucking have a can of Coke. Like it's the same shit. So it's a lot of the time it's actually like the fiber or the makeup of what you're eating that's meant to be good for you. Not that I follow this person, I couldn't give a fuck. Like
Is that
I
the
don't-
makeup of this chicken wing.
Yeah,
It's quite good. Yeah.
No, but legit, like I drink fruit. I fucking love fruit juice. Drink it all the time.
it is
Oh,
dry.
It is delicious, man. Especially freshly squeezed things.
It's a hard thing now. We live, everything is killing us. It seems like just all our food, none of, and you
we're
don't know.
killing ourselves. We're cutting our cocks off.
Yeah,
all our
cutting our
food
tits
kills
off.
us. Legit.
But you
though.
don't know, we don't even know how our body works. All natural medicine, all the dietitians, all that kind of stuff gets demonized by Big Pharma. Like you tell someone you're going to see a naturopath and they're like, and it's like, well, none of that shit works. Like they don't know how our gut biome works, nothing. And everything's off balance. You eat food, you get indigestion. You don't know what foods you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, what?
I always think of it like, and my old lady talks about it. It's like we live longer now, but we don't live healthier. So like you're living longer, but it's a miserable existence. Not miserable, but like it's not as good as it could be because of our diets and
Do you
No,
think
I'm,
though
I'm
when
on,
that-
I'm on board with this, man. Like if
Yeah.
if I manage to hit 70, which I'll be fucking lucky to, but if I do, top me then. Like
Yeah.
that's I don't want to be on a fucking like iron lung till I'm
Nah.
80, hanging on. Just
I
fuck
think
that.
that
If I get diagnosed with a fucking what's it called, a terminal illness, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be like, cheers,
Yeah.
see you later.
I
and
think
just go
that
fucking live
we
my
live
days.
longer thing is bullshit. I was listening to this doctor talk about it the other day, and they're basically saying people lived long before, and then we like started living in cities, all these diseases, bacteria developed. We started dying younger
Sooner, yeah.
ages, and then found a way to live the
I
same
think
again.
the main thing that
But-
made people live longer is penicillin. That was one of them.
Yeah.
But that's what so they made these discoveries that helped everyone live longer, but they were before. But it's the way we changed how we lived that made us die. But they act like humans used to live to like 1 year old and 2 years old. Like, that's what they make out. But in reality, they're like, oh, humans like the
Fuck, man,
average age
how-
was 30 and shit. It's like, no, it wasn't.
Average age was
Such a-
12.
Yeah.
Everyone died at 12. We're all fucking pedos back then, just trying to keep
Yeah,
the fucking
dude,
human race alive.
if it was like 30 or whatever they say it was, we would have died out. Let's be honest. 30
All right.
years to keep
Nah,
the
'cause-
fucking human race
Nah,
going.
because the moment a chick bled, they were like, put a dick in her.
But they're like
Straight
saying
away,
that
for sure, bro. They're like, we
Well-
don't care if she dies as long as the baby comes out. We'll wait 13 years. We'll put a
Well,
kid
you're
in that
talking
one.
about the
Let-
Middle
let's
East.
do-
But,
No, I'm
Let's
talking
do
about
the
the
list.
Middle Ages.
the Middle East. Yeah.
Before we go on to
yeah,
that,
the Middle East.
one of the biggest secrets to a long life is actually breathing technique.
All
Have
right.
you seen this and
Yeah.
looked into this? So
Lindsay
some of-
cured his asthma by that, the buteyko.
Buteyko.
there's a correct way to breathe and an incorrect way to breathe. And if you're a mouth breather, your face actually changes
Yeah.
shape. And it fucks with you and comes with a whole bunch of like health
And
issues.
breathing from your diaphragm. You're not meant to like breathe at the top, and your shoulders shouldn't
Yeah,
raise when you
shallow breathing is really bad for you. So there's I don't know how true it is, but there's like stories of like monks that live to like 160, like hell fucking old. And the only thing they're like, yes, diet is a factor, but your breathing is the biggest one. They're like the way that you simply breathe has a huge impact on how long you live.
Think about too that when you're stressed out, the way you breathe, short
sure.
breaths, and
Yeah.
all this, and when
And
when
everyone
you're
always says stress
you're
less, live longer.
yeah, and when you're calm, what do? When you're relaxing, you're like you breathe in through your diaphragm, you relax, and when you walk around with your shoulders back for one, that
Yeah.
makes you actually have better posture that allows you to breathe properly.
Yeah.
It is interesting. And when you're depressed, you look down at the ground, you like slump over, you crush your diaphragm, all
And
that
your
kind
throat as well.
your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they say the same with singing. Like when you sing, lift your head up.
Yeah.
Lift your head
Everything
up
should
and
be
open
like
up.
straight.
Yeah.
Bell
Right,
said
let's-
here she needs to detox zeolite and pure
Oh,
extra
zeolite.
body to remove heavy metals. I'd like some. If you got any more info on it, DM it to us because I'd like to look into that.
All right, let's just fucking pick a random one. Terms that need to go.
Oof.
Don't have any. I can't think of any.
Oh fuck! I had one this week too. I got to get in the habit.
I've
of
got to
writing
kill
them
yourself,
down,
but I
eh?
don't have anything else.
Has anyone got any terms that need to go
Oh, yeah.
on the
So many
comments
oxygen
there?
losers around now. They should all kill themselves.
Who?
I don't know. It's just random. Yeah, I don't have anything. Maybe someone will have one in a minute. Terms that need to come back. Mouth breather is a good one. You just
Mouth
said it
breather
before.
is a good one.
That was a knuckle dragger too. I
Oh,
like that.
yes.
I actually called someone a knuckle dragger this week, and I was like, I forgot because he is kind of like that. Looks a bit ape looking, so I was like,
I use knuckle dragger quite often at work because I work around fabbies, and fabbies are fucking bunch of
Knuckle
knuckle draggers, aren't they, Drew?
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah.
um,
You got out, you lifted your knuckles off the ground, started standing up
Barely.
straight. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, this meant then you're like Asian women, and then you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, knuckle drag is a good one.
for kill yourself, the Dalai Lama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we put him on last time. You know, I want to put in the queue yourself, and you might not agree with this, but we can talk about it. Don't have much time to, but Stephen Crowder.
Who's that?
Kill
Oh yeah, he's
yourself.
been a flog lately.
Yeah.
Who is this?
He's like a right wing talk show guy. And I always used to think he was all right, but I was on the fence with him. But now
How do you spell his last name?
Crowder.
Yeah, what
Like
did he do?
crowd.
He
of
threw
people.
what was it? Fucking the
Oh,
not
the Candace
Ben Shapiro.
Owens. He
Was it
recently
Candace
fucked Candace Owens today, yeah. And also, you might not, because he's a smaller time guy, but one of the guys he had on his show is a comic, and he goes on the Anthony Cumia show, and he interviewed him, and he was talking to him about what the terms he had set for him to do the show. And he was saying that he had to move him and his family to Texas because that's where the show was. So that was part of the condition.
You
The
can
other
just
one-
fly there
Yeah.
and do the show.
Yeah. The other one
To do
was
one show.
no. He was the regular.
Oh,
And the other one was he wasn't allowed to do any of his comedy shows, right? And
So you couldn't do stand up.
no.
Right as Joe
which is-
Rogan
which
opens
is-
a fucking
which is
comedy
his-
store.
where he gets his income from.
Yeah.
And that's what he is, a comic, right?
they just wanted to own him.
Basically. And then the last bit that sold it for me was when he's doing his thing in
You
his,
had to be triple
in his
jabbed.
pod, yeah. When he's doing his show, right, he has a light button that says like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm talking." So if we were doing this and I'm just and you're going about to talk, and I just press a button and it's got a light that says "Shut up, stop talking."
You should do that with the mute button.
I
Just
could
mute
do.
our mics. You have so much power that you
Yeah.
don't use, eh?
We'll just start yelling though.
Yeah.
Ah, that's it, fucking first time. No, actually, I was doing it on the 100th, fucking with everyone yelling.
Oh, yeah,
screaming.
that was shocking.
Yeah, and I was like, well, that's hell douchey. So like, I think I'm like the thing with it is all the things that he
Yeah, I
said.
think he's turned to a pleb as well.
He's a pleb, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Jizz vessel for terms that need to come back.
Jizz vessel.
Cum dumpster.
Cum dumpster's good. Wait, also put that Dylan cunt on there.
Dylan.
Also, go
Is
back
it
to the
Dylan
comments real
McVeigh?
quick.
You know the fucking
Oh,
Bud
yeah,
Light
Dylan.
tranny.
WC Savage for the kill yourself list. Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we already did put them on. there.
WC Savage.
Can we have a fucking?
So shit,
can we have
man.
a fat
Fuck
whore
you,
list?
You fucking bitch.
Can we make a fat whore list? It's just like Lizzo, WC Savage.
Yeah.
Who else can be on there? Fat whores. Gina Reinhart. She's a fat whore.
Oh yeah,
We should have a fat whole list.
Put her on the kill.
I'm making a fat whole list.
Put Gina Reinhardt on the kill yourself list.
Who for the extinction? What are we gonna? Who are we gonna put? I don't know. I can't think of it. Let's have a look. Let's see what needs to.
What needs to die?
Mel Gibson on the legends list.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's just gold. I want to watch more of it. I fucking love it, eh?
yep.
Yeah,
Hopefully everyone
I might
can
go
hear
to I might go to sleep to that tonight,
Put it.
so I could go into work tomorrow and just be like the first woman to talk to me about.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
fucking
fucking
cunt.
whore.
Blow me.
Put his
Yeah.
missus on the.
If you
kill
get
yourself.
raped by a pack of I think that's why we got pulled actually.
Oh, it probably is.
Yeah.
We've gone back up, but we went down. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
They would have come over to Facebook.
I never got pulled. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Cooler or whore?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, all right. Extinction list women's sports.
Mm.
Yeah, there's not really a women's sport that I enjoy
we don't need to
watching.
put it on the extinction list because men are starting to dominate them anyway, so they're already on
It
their
is-
way out.
Yeah, it is on its way out. It is on the extinction list.
Yeah.
I can't think of a women's
life.
sport that I really have ever watched.
UFC.
Tennis sometimes, yeah.
Golf,
No, I never watched
maybe.
UFC. Nah, fuck golf. They can't even drive it that far.
No, but
Yeah.
Floor sweeping, sandwich making,
Sandwich making. Sandwich
blowjob
making in the
giving.
Olympics.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans is the sport.
Olympic loads of cum and OnlyFans there.
Olympic come.
I
As
love
opposed to
it.
5 rings, it's just 5 dicks.
Every time I made those jokes to Laura, she's just like,
Well, it's true though. Like,
I love,
it's like
I
it's
love it because
facts.
they're the most old school jokes. It never gets old. It's so simple. You don't have to put any effort into it.
The best
They're
is
just-
I
that
missed
meme.
the joke. What was
The
the,
best
joke?
is that meme where they.
just the jokes like, I get back in the kitchen. It's
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's
yeah.
not witty. It's not. It's been done a million times and flogged to death. But
Oh,
you
yeah, it's a
still
dad
get
It's
joke,
a,
timeless.
and you still get a rise out
The
of someone.
best meme I always,
100%. You
always
always-
laugh at is that meme where there's like 4 chicks with like hard hats on and there's like engineering plans. And then the bottom one, it's like the plans of a sandwich,
sandwich,
how to
yeah.
make the perfect sandwich. How
The
good
best
is
one-
that? Eh?
The best one I used to do is like we'd be sitting in the work truck when I was landscaping and see some like project manager step out and it's a chick and she'd have a tape measure, she'd start measuring shit, and I'll just turn to the boys and be like, look at this bitch pretending like she knows what she's doing. I don't think she can even count. She's just measuring shit and just writing down whatever. Yep, that's
She
fucking-
measures in sandwich lengths. That's
Yeah.
15 sandwich lengths.
No, she measures in inches because she's a cock whore and that's all she knows. She's like, it's about 12 cocks.
Yeah.
Because she's got an OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's savage. She hops out of the car and starts measuring shit.
I
You're
just,
just like, don't stand on it. It's not weight rated. Don't. But the mortar hasn't set yet. Chill out.
We're at the lights the other day, and this fucking bitch, and it's like a jacked up pink Hilux. Pretty sure she. I think she. Yeah, she does. She's got an OnlyFans, and we're like, look at. We're
Is
like,
it on the back window?
oh no, so Maddie had fucked this chick, and she put him up on the OnlyFans, and we're standing at the lights,
Oh.
and fucking Dre's like, that's the chick Maddie fucked, and she's like. It's on St. George's Terrace, does like a U-turn. I guess it's illegal, but she must have been drunk. And Dre's pointing, and she thought that we were pointing because she was driving erratically.
Yeah.
And we were laughing. She's like, ha, like laughing, almost hits a fucking parked car,
Oh,
Yeah.
speeds off. And we're, oh, yeah.
Oh,
What a
fucking hell.
train wreck.
But yeah, Maddie railed her on Dre's bench, and it was on, I think she gave him like $800 or something for doing her
Oh, really?
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. That's happening a lot. I'm hearing about it a
Mm.
lot.
Extinction
So-
list. Paying dudes for sex. For OnlyFans. Keep it in porn.
Yeah.
I only want to see
Well,
Johnny sins.
Let's
alright?
switch over to fucking.
Only
Patreon.
men should pay for sex, you know?
All right.
Why do women have legs? To keep cunts off the street.
Who said that?
Big D. When we go to Patreon, I've got possibly the best black joke you've ever heard in your life, and I'll say it on Patreon. So sign up.
And we'll do the Catch a Predator on
Yeah.
Patreon because there is one where this dude's nude.
Oh, really?
But yeah, legit, I have the best black joke of all time.
Alright.
So yeah, get ready, sign up to Patreon.
That's the whole
to hear
reason to sign up to
it.
Patreon.
Dude, it's literally the best black joke of all time. Actually, I have 2 of the best black. I'll tell them both.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
There we go.
And, actually, one more for the extinction list. I want to have the firearms licensing service because they're fucking useless.
Yeah. All right. We didn't really have anyone, so there you go.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Fiverr, fucking
Yeah.
Express.
I'm done with
VPN.
ExpressVPN because they made me have to do heaps of stuff.
Yeah, but I still like the picture you did. so
Yeah, I like
still
the
worth a
banner.
shot.
We should just get the banner printed out and fucking hung up here somewhere.
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, could do. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. Yeah,
Get a pair-
they're
pair
gonna
of-
laugh when we fucking go. This is the banner we want. They're like, okay,
Print it. You want money? Print it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
need
don't
some
care
new-
if you got to do it out the back. Just fucking make it happen.
We need some. We need some.
Why do
fuck.
women have legs? Have you seen the mess of snail?
We need some new sponsors. I'm trying to think of some new ones we can do.
Why
We should-
won't anyone sponsor us? We're such nice
Nah,
guys.
we can get sponsors.
No,
we
why
can get
don't-
sponsors.
Why don't women need wristwatches?
I don't know.
There's a clock on the oven.
Yeah, right.
All the women have checked out. They're like,
yeah.
all you women out there, join our
There's got to be
Patreon.
some fucking sponsors.
Give us your money.
There's got to be some sponsors that are more suiting to us, like beer or something, or fucking.
The underwear guy that Tim sponsors.
We should start sponsoring Bud Light. I think Bud Light.
Shit.
Bud Light needs a bit of promotion. I
Bud
think we
Light,
should-
let's get
we
Bud
should
Light,
sponsor
Yeah,
them.
we should sponsor tranny surgeries
Yeah.
and raise money. Oh, imagine if we
Yeah.
could get one person to have a surgery live on the pod,
Actually, some.
get their willy cut off.
we should fucking get assisted suicide to sponsor us.
Yeah, okay.
100%. There'll be a clinic out there that's doing it. It's legal in the
That's
state
so
now.
ruthless.
I don't
We
know if you
should though.
can
We should be
get
like, listen,
sponsors
we
of that."
promote killing yourself heaps, and you guys need money, so let's make a deal.
That'd
Well-
be the last straw. Ivan would be out there with brochures going, they're the worst. They're the worst people on earth.
Yeah, but it's hard to protest when you've killed yourself. So
Well, yeah, let's try and think of some new ones, and I'll try and get some new ones because I'm getting a bit tired of Fiverr and fucking ExpressVPN. We got to
Yeah.
get some better ones. So we'll work on that.
we'll see.
Get ones that we actually like, for fuck's sake. But anyway. All right.
Also, thanks to the chicks that actually stay with us and put up with us constantly ripping women. I find that hilarious.
I find that very admirable.
It is. It's
Mm.
admirable. They're
Is it
like,
admirable? Or
admirable.
Did I say admirable? Yeah, I'm a retard.
I feel like that the chicks
Quick,
that
play the
listen-
intro for Get Down
chicks
with
that
Normie.
listen to this show are probably the only decent chicks out there. You know?
That's funny.
The rest of
He
them.
said, good episode, boys. First 10 minutes was full of cum. Till next week.
It was a good
Oh,
start.
shit. I'm getting bashed here. Drew loves youth in Asia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do some. Let's fucking get Ladyboy sponsors. That's a good idea. We'll do that.
That would be great.
Yeah. All right. Fucking, we're heading over. We'll